ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.
Hello and welcome to the ESL Pro League North American Division match day number, I don't know, because it's kind of like a catch-up match day. It's not really technically match day, is it? So what we do have, though, obviously is Complexity and Winterfox coming in here. So we missed that a couple of weeks ago, or maybe about a week ago, but now we're back. We're here to see how this one turns out.
Yeah, and, well, both teams looking to try to get a couple of points on the board. Unfortunately, languishing near the bottom. It's not looking particularly good for their chances going on towards the next season. So now is, I would say, actually a must-win. We haven't really hit the halfway point of the league, but if you can't take these victories against lower-tier teams, then it's going to be a serious problem.
Yeah, definitely. I think Complexity's having a little bit better of a time than Winterfox at the moment, but definitely they will want to get some wins on the board here, try and start to move their way up. Winterfox, of course, you know, we've obviously been following them quite heavily here on the B stream, and they have really not been impressing us too much. They've picked up a couple of wins, but aside from that, it's really nothing great to speak of.
I think it's actually going on towards this match, they're kind of going in a better upwards trend. So even though they're not picking up the matches, we see them losing a lot of matches. At the very least, they're getting a couple of close rounds. I mean, they were up against Immortals, I believe, last week. 16, or last match, should I say, which was last week, coincidentally. But 16-11, 16-14. Yeah. That's not a bad result.
No,
obviously, you wanted the victory, but once again, you have these small signs that they're improving as a team will lead eventually towards victories.
Alrighty, well, to give you guys a bit of context as to how these two teams are sort of ranking up in the standings, we can see Complexity, well, they're 1-9 as well, actually. I thought they were doing a little bit better than that.
Minus 55 as well,
yeah.
so both
equal. Exactly the same sort of a scoreline. I honestly thought Complexity had a little bit more going for them than that, but so maybe that sort of makes my earlier statement about thinking they were doing a bit better than Winterfox a bit irrelevant. But they're both sitting on the same sort of thing there, so should be a good match, really, considering how closely matched they should on paper be.
Well, Complexity managed to get a couple of victories, say, against Misfits as well as the like over the last month, but on the side of Winterfox, been really, really difficult for them. Only being able to take a victory, I think, against Rush earlier on. That's their only victory of the Pro League. And then also taking one against Premier Rejects. And I think that was at a different competition. And that was it. That was their only maps that they won. And it's just, I don't know, it's just really strange because you can see Winterfox last season, they were 9-17. They weren't the worst team, but not the middle of the pack. Now it's just they're languishing at the bottom.
I definitely think they had a better time last season. At least that's what it feels like to me. I don't really see them at this point getting up to a scoreline like 9-17 because they're just not getting the wins on the board. 1-9 at the moment. It's really leaving a little bit to be desired. And I think these guys are obviously for themselves going to be a little bit disappointed with how things are going. And hopefully they can turn things around. But it is going to be a difficult task, I think, for them going into the late stages now of the ESL Pro League. Having a look at our schedule for today, as we said, it's just Winterfox and Complexity on our stream. We don't have a second match tonight, so it is just going to be that single first best of two. Over on the main stream, though, they do have their two matches, NRG and CLG, and then Optic Gaming up against Rush. NRG, CLG, that should be a good one.
That's going to be really, really fun to watch, actually, especially with CLG's form, and when a lot of people were looking towards Ricky to see how to slot in, and that's pretty much a big statement to make. First match that you go against or first match in a while, you're up against Renegades, your former team, and then you not only ace them, but you drop 20s, I think, in both games.
And you got 2 Zeus kills as well, did you not?
Yeah, I think he got one in the silo, so rubbing, I guess, salt into the wounds for Renegades. I mean, Renegades, I think that was just more of a, I guess, a little bit of a slump performance compared to what they were doing the last 2 weeks. They've been playing so well in the last 2 weeks. I think CLG just playing a little bit better that one. So it'll be good going against NRG, who's one of those teams we've been talking about them the entire season where we go, hey, these guys are suddenly stepping up and looking to break it towards near the top. They're at the top of the middle at the moment. They meant, I think, 1-1 against either Cloud9 or Liquid, I think.
They got a 1-1 against Optic. Maybe that's
They
what
get a
I'm
1-1.
thinking. Yeah.
No, actually, they 2-0'd Optic.
Did they? Oh, yeah, they
They
did.
2-0'd Optic, and they went, I think, 1-1 apiece alongside with the other top-tier teams.
Yeah, well,
which
so
are
they're
sitting
getting
up there, so.
wins on the board against some of the top-tier teams. Definitely looking like a prospective team that could really challenge here. And, you know, maybe some of your favorite players are in maybe some of those top teams. If you're wanting to vote for them, you can go over to proleague.com/fanvote. Drop your vote in for your favorite player there, and hopefully they can win the amazing prize. Don't know what the prize is, but they win.
It should be good.
They win.
They just get a win. Yeah. I mean, I'd just be happy winning. It's
yeah,
just
like, wouldn't you feel good? Like, everyone says, oh, you're my favorite player. Like, that'd be pretty... I'd feel pretty good.
Exactly.
It's never going to happen for me, though.
Oh, you're my favorite caster, so
thanks,
there you are. You can win that award.
Oh, well...
You can win the Kratz award.
We can win everything now and then, you know. We get a little bit for ourselves, at least.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But going back towards Winterfox and Complexity, speaking about winning, well, they do actually need to pick this one up, especially... We were talking about both of them sitting at 1-9 apiece. It's just not... It's not good enough heading towards, I guess, the final stages of the season. Looking at terms of their matchups, I feel like Complexity, they've both had a good mix-up against these easy as well as more difficult teams. I feel like, though, Complexity have had to verse more of the difficult opponents as opposed towards Winterfox.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking about the final stages of the competition, there is, of course, our finals coming up in June later on this year. It is over on proleague.com/Dallas. If you want to go in there, grab your tickets, grab some more information, just check out that link and do your thing. So maybe
Flights, accommodation.
Yeah, I don't know. Buy some stuff. Make sure you're there. It should be a good time. EU, NA, Australia, technically, Brazil.
Australia only.
Well, actually,
Renegades.
No. But Renegades. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
I would like to say Winterfox could get in, but that would be very optimistic.
I think that's a little bit far-fetched.
Yeah, that would be
Brazil, definitely.
Yes. Absolutely.
Who else is? There's a lot of different nations in the Pro League.
Brazil's in contention to
it's like
probably
the World
get 2
League.
teams, I think, in towards it. Not maybe even 3, depending on how Luminosity goes. So it's. Once again, still half of the season left to go, and all the Brazilian teams looking on the up and up. Renegades also looking on the up and up as well, so that's good for any Australian fans. Winterfox, I mean, this is their time to show that they're building in the hard yards. They've been saying, you know, look, it's going to take some time for this roster to gel together, and we're grinding it out. They need to start proving, though, that grinding is one part of it. Also, proving that they've got the results for it is the second part.
I think that's the real thing at the moment. You know, this is a team which, when we sort of looked at them, we said, okay, they have a lot of potential. We think Raz is a great AWPer here domestically. Obviously, we know these guys from last season, or the majority of that roster last season, had a pretty good starting season, but they wanted to build on it this season. I don't think that they have built on it this season. In fact, I feel as though they have probably gone backwards a little bit. And that, like what you said, you can probably give them that little bit of a leeway, I suppose, because they brought in the new player. But now is the time to start showing results. You know, if you can't get the results on the board, then questions do have to be asked.
Yeah, it's been about maybe 2 months now, and especially losing matches against teams where you shouldn't be dropping in the Tier 2 against the Tier 2 American teams is really, or North American should I say, is really, I guess, indicative of Winterfox's performance earlier on. That's not to say how they'll develop as a team, though, because even though they've dropped matches early on against these weaker teams, we would perceive weaker teams, they've also taken close matches against teams like Immortals, 16-14, 16-11, which is something that kind of goes, you don't take 16-14, 16-11s against the second best Brazilian team if you're not a decent team and you're not knowing what you're doing. And especially on execution-based maps and aim-based maps like coL as well as Overpass. Pushing a great team towards the edge shows that maybe, just maybe, they're finding something that clicks for them, maybe it's working out, and hopefully can get a couple of victories.
Well, they're up against Complexity today, who obviously throughout this season haven't necessarily been having an excellent time. Very similar to Winterfox. They are struggling. They need some points on the board. So would you say you think that Winterfox has a good chance of 2-0ing this, or do you think it maybe go the other way and 2-0 for Complexity? Or
I think both teams...
a balance? I
think both teams do need to 2-0. I think on the side of Complexity, they lose 2-0 against Luminosity Gaming I think for the last match for the ESL Pro League, which, you know, we saw Luminosity Gaming, they play really, really well in a team structure. 16-14 on the first map, which was Cache, which is one of their preferred maps, and then 16-2 on Overpass. So it speaks to me that today, depends how Winterfox show up on Cache. They like playing Cache as well. They're not as good as Complexity, I feel like, so the Complexity will most likely pick up Cache. The second map, I believe it will be Winterfox's pick. They should take that one. Especially if it's, say, Overpass or coL, they should have what it takes, a deeper lineup against Complexity, and it looks like Complexity actually using Jason R, actually, so...
Yeah. that's a bit of a difference there for them. But one thing I do want to note here for Winterfox is sort of last time that I casted them, and I think that might have been the last time they were on this stream, we had Raz here, and obviously in this statistics thing, and he was down about 0.6 for the KD and roughly similar to what he is right now for the ADR. But it seems like he's pushed that up a little bit so far in this season. So maybe that's a bit of a good sign for Winterfox. Things are starting to get a little bit rolling, but I think across the board, it is sort of still 50-50 there. I mean, Android X23, he's up a little bit higher than the other guys across the board, but both teams seem to have fairly similar sort of statistics, and really, I think that goes to show how sort of closely matched they are.
Yeah, I mean, both as well sitting on 1 victory as well as 9 defeats. I was about to say 9 deaths, but 9 defeats.
Might as well be.
Yeah. I mean, 9 defeats, it's gonna be very, very harsh in the statistics, and it shows that, you know, they can do the damage, they're putting in the hard yards, and it's at the very least starting to improve, especially for Raz. We were talking about him earlier on, you know, he was getting completely wrecked, which is, I guess, welcome towards NA.
Yeah.
The harshest way
Big
possible.
step up.
But at the same time, you know, you've got to put in the hours. He knows that he can probably compete at this level, so he's sunk in the hours. He just needs to be able to show it now against Complexity as well.
Yeah, need to see him really getting sort of fired up sort of thing, because to me he was always a very momentum-based player, and he obviously, I don't know, he hasn't really been having the greatest momentum this season. If you can take anything from those 9 defeats, it's quite obvious that, you know, maybe things aren't feeling so great within the mentality side of things there for Winterfox or for Complexity. But for a player like Raz, he needs to just, if he's on, he's going to be a real handful to deal with.
Yeah, and we're talking about, I guess, the confidence game. I guess for Complexity, it's not going to be as great for them. You know, 16-14 on their own. They lost 16-14 on their own map pick. Probably a couple of rounds going in the favor of Luminosity, which should have been swung towards Complexity. That's going to be hurting them. At the same time, they dropped 16-2.
Yeah.
16-2 on Overpass, which is a map which Winterfox do like playing.
Yeah.
Winterfox like playing execution-based maps. They haven't shown themselves to be adept at it this season, but at the very least, they're trying to match it toe-to-toe against teams like Immortals, which are, you know, have that much experience, have, I guess, the depth of aim, gameplay, and whatnot. And to take them to 16-14, 16-11 means that I believe, and this may be a little bit of the, you know, oceanic bias coming through, but I think just based off these results, it's showing that Winterfox at the very least are starting to recover a little bit. And I'm hoping they recover, because it'd be a great disappointment for this lineup, for, I guess, the second oceanic team to go towards NA, to, I guess, flop like this in the second season.
Yeah.
At the very least, a late resurgence, something similar towards Renegades, what we're seeing at Renegades at the moment. Something's clicked, you know. There was talked about Renegades' practice schedule not working out, you know. A lot of the NA teams were commenting, it's like, Renegades don't have any idea how to practice. Then about 2 weeks later, we see Renegades go absolutely on fire and start taking these victories. You know, against Complexity, it was a quick 2-0, and then starting to win in the other leagues, you know, demolishing all the other opposition, and then taking the 2-0 against Liquid last week. A 16-8 on Cobblestone, which is really the telling sign.
Yeah.
It was a 12-3 half.
It was super surprising to see them being able to take that 2-0. I thought best case scenario for Renegades, it was going to be a 1-1. I thought if there was a 2-0, it would be on the side of on the side of Liquid.
Yes.
But Renegades were able to pick it up. So yeah, like you said, maybe Winterfox can do similar, but maybe Complexity can do the same as well. I mean,
looking towards Complexity and how they're playing so far, it's just more of, yeah, they'll be able to get a couple of good victories in there. You know, they chimed in against victories against Misfits, Immortals, Splice, and Liquid. But that's been so long ago now with just the constant shuffles. You know, I feel like they change members every 3 weeks. That every single 4 match days, we just go, yep, back to Complexity, and they've changed another member out. It's like Rush. They've changed, I think Complexity has changed out 3 members so far. Rush have changed out 2 members so far since the start of the season. And yeah, they're trying to change it to try to make them line up work, but at the same time, the dynamic does get affected.
Yep.
And it's just so difficult, you know, now Jason R, I mean, he's been floating around the NA scene for a while, but how's he going to go? He's not really, I guess, the insane top-tier talent. He's good, but not like, you know, somewhere you just go, yeah, he's going to instantly make an impact, like a Breezy, for example.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I guess today is where Complexity has to start. Similar for Winterfox, they basically have to start here, so it's a very, very important matchup for both these teams. Going on to Cage first map, you think maybe that does favor Complexity a little bit. It'll be good for them to start off on a favored map.
Absolutely. They need to take this one on their map. They came very, very close last time against Luminosity. Now up against Winterfox, arguably a weaker opponent. They need to take this one. Well, Winterfox, they're going to choose to start on the CT side. We're going to see Offnu get quite aggressive, and, well, he's down towards 1 HP, ready for his troubles. He's going to try to sprint very, very fast away. Did have the assistance of Raz to protect him, but Complexity doing the damage on the board, they're going to be happy with that.
Yeah, it's a good start. I mean, they'd love the kill, but, you know, Offnu is almost basically a kill. If they walk into the bomb site that he's at, he should go down very, very quickly, and would be surprising to see him get too much more done this round. Though, you know, he does have a USP in his hands, and we know how deadly that weapon can be on these pistol rounds. Complexity, though, they've played it a little bit slowly here. Just deciding to not take too much off that early advantage and try and work the map a little bit.
Yeah, just making sure that all the close corners are cleared before they move through. They don't want Winterfox sussing out where they're going, and they are going towards the B site. And Ofnu is the low HP member. The rest of Winterfox have stacked towards A. So Ofnu, if he can get a single kill, that's probably more than I guess they can expect right now. That he's going to communicate the Complexity are coming onto the site. And you can see he's going to take the deal. He's instantly going to take down Def just like that. He's going to be traded out, though. At the very least, a 1-for-1. And Winterfox do give up control, but Emag's got the 2 flashbangs.
Yep. It's going to be key, those flashbangs, really, right now, because if he can get a good flash onto someone, or if Raz can win this duel, then that could have been so big as well. But Raz forcing Surreal back, and he's going to have to go for the duel. Though APOC looks like he's going to go one better, does take down that player. And now it is just 3 versus 3, as we see another one drop for Winterfox, and just entering in towards the bomb site. Trades across the board here. APOC now on his own, and he will be taken down by Desi. Jason R as well, finding 2 kills in that one. Good round for Complexity. Quite comfortable in the end.
Yeah, I mean, they were just able to get onto the site. I mean, Ofnu did go for 1-for-1, and on 1 HP, that was a lot better than we could already expect. And the Complexity, after taking control of the site, just able to hold down the lines, a double kill, helping out in the hands of Desi as well as Jason R. So Jason R, great start in towards the Pro League for Complexity. As, well, Winterfox have to just kind of debate whether they want to force up or just go for pistols.
I think at this point,
basic pistols, get body armor, maybe.
Well, what do you think Winterfox will do here? Because to me, they're not a team that necessarily always ecos or always forces. It just changes depending on the situation.
I think, well, they want to prioritize that AWP and Raz. So Raz is going to stay with whatever basic pistol he has. Unless he wants a rifle, then he'll force up maybe body armor as well as maybe a 5.7. For the rest of Winterfox, maybe a couple of pistols, maybe even Desert Eagles.
Yeah.
I like to see some body armor and Desert Eagles on the other members to, just at the very least, make Complexity feel a little bit uncomfortable. Try to take a few AK-47s out of their hands and make Complexity work for the round. These pistols can do serious damage, and there you have it. APOC's gone for the head armor as well as a Desert Eagle. He was able to get a couple of kills in the previous round, which is why he can afford the head armor and the deagle. Normally, you can't really do that if you haven't picked up a kill in the pistol. And he's going to swindle his way through smoke immediately. Def, HE grenading forward, but APOC, if he jumps up, might be able to catch ahead of Def. And there's one. He's also spotted out Surreal, tagging him down low, but won't be able to get the kill. Surreal gets the trade immediately afterwards, but he's down towards 10 HP.
Yeah, just needed one more person to get a little bit of a shot there into Surreal, and he would have been down. He will trade out his Bison for a UMP, which is obviously a good decision, but it's still not the weapon that he would want in his hands. He'd love to have an AK here. Still only 2 of them for Complexity at this point. If they can take those 2 AKs and maybe 1 UMP through to the next round, they will be obviously quite happy with how things have gone here. But Zuzi has managed to acquire himself that Bison. Emag was in a good spot there to get some damage done, but won't do all that much, and he will fall. And now Ofnu and Zuzi, the only 2 remaining here. Bison and the Deagle. What can they do? What more damage are they going to be able to get out here? Because they really do need to get maybe just 1 more kill in this round to feel probably pretty happy.
Well, Zuzi does tag Jason R a little bit, but Jason R just completely turns on him, gets the headshot, and Complexity, well, they lose the initial member from a great shot from APOC, but they clean up things very promptly afterwards. Jason R with 3 kills of the UMP. And, well, Complexity racing towards a 2-0 lead, as well as, I guess, an economical lead as well. Def has to be dropped that UMP, as on the side of Winterfox, this should be a full eco coming out. And Raz will have barely enough cash to force up a AWP in the next round. Otherwise, the rest of Winterfox will also have a lot of utility going to the first true buy round as well. So they have, in terms of just going for basic pistols, maybe or not APOC, but that's okay. You get APOC with a rifle and you try to support him as he goes for the kills. He loves playing aggressive and he can get those kills working out for him. At the same time, Complexity, it looks like that they're working in tandem quite well. Getting the first aim deals working in their favor. Jason are already racing towards a 5-0. Sure, it was, you know, anti-eco, but at the same time, picking up some impressive UMP kills.
Yeah, it'd be nice for him here to just get the ball rolling pretty early on in the piece, not feel under too much pressure to frag, which it seems, I think, like is what is happening right now. Now, the question for me is, for Winterfox, sort of where do they go from here? Because right now, obviously, they're not too bothered by how this is going. They've just lost the pistol round. That's not really too big of a deal. But if they lose the first gun round, obviously they'll probably have that AWP in the hands of Raz. Then does the option become, do we take the double AWP out? can they even take double AWP, really, with this roster? I mean, to me, none of those other players are amazing AWPers. I think Zuzi's picked up the AWP every now and then.
Pick up the AWP as well.
They could all pick up the AWP, but to me, I don't think, like, there are certainly some stronger double AWP setups around the place.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think going on towards this one, it'd be mainly in the hands of APOC, I think, dictating the play.
Right.
APOC in the buy round, he's going to go, all right, I'm going to pick up an M4, I'm going to play aggressive towards, this position. And I think they're going to try and get Winterfox love taking the early B main control. Jason R is actually blinded out this time, but APOC can't find the headshot, which means Jason R, easy double kill. Well, he does eventually get taken out. Gets a single kill only, but Android's there, ready to trade him out, and Ofnu now pressuring Android as well. Tag down even lower, but he gets shut down. And Raz, he picking up a UMP. Surreal is so low, but Zuzi's around from all sides with only a UMP. Can't do anything, and Android will clean up Raz eventually with another AK-47. Complexity, 3-0. Feels like the break's even longer than, I guess, the Complexity round so far, but otherwise on the side of Winterfox, it's just easy. Well, this is the round where they have to make things change up.
Yeah.
With the AWP, let's see where Raz goes with it. Maybe they'll push APOC somewhere as well. A lot of utility for them to use on the riflers, but not on Raz, obviously, trying to force up the sniper rifle. Surreal also has picked up the AWP as well, so hopefully he can make an impact in terms of Complexity. It's a good start. I mean, positive signs coming out from Android as well as Jason R. Those are the players that you kind of want to see the impact now coming out from.
There's been some pretty sort of successful anti-ecos here for Complexity. You could see how much money they had left at the start of this round, and they've already got basically what is a perfect buy into this one. So they will have definitely another buy into the next round here, even if Winterfox does win this one. But Winterfox, they have got a difficult round ahead of them, They don't have that many utilities. They've got really only flashbangs and one smoke left here to delay those Ts. So Complexity in with a good shot at this one, I think. And if they do manage to kill all those Winterfox players, do manage to take them all out, it'll basically just force Winterfox back onto the eco and struggle street further and further ahead for them.
Well, Desi is just behind the crisscross of smokes that have been deployed by Complexity, but they are going to be stacking their way towards the A site. But all the members of Winterfox are primarily around the A site. You can see Raz just still holding truck. There begins the attack on the side in earnest. Zuzi, though, great to get the opening frag, but APOC's also supporting him as well. Android will drop the bomb as well after APOC does the damage, and, well, Complexity losing a couple early members. Raz will get an AWP pick as well from Truck, and Desi slowly sneaking his way up Highway. Needs to be able to do the damage. There's a Molotov just to block off a little bit of vision. I think they'll suspect that there's one towards Highway, and Desi's going to make first contact, but loses the aim deal against Ofnu, I believe it was. And it's all up to Jason R on 29 HP. 1 on 3. He's going to find Ofnu immediately. He was already low, and now dancing around the side. Also spotting out Raz, but EMAG will be able to clean things up just like that. And, well, all the members of Winterfox actually getting a kill apiece, so all chiming in and having a bit of fun.
Yeah, I mean, Winterfox there, they probably could have denied the bomb plan if they had had an extra Molotov, an extra grenade, something like that. But because of the fact that they didn't have that much money to invest into this round, they weren't able to do that. Does give Complexity just a little bit more money to play with here. Of course, they're going to be basically fully investing into this round, and they may even have a buy next round by the looks of things. Depends how low we get. Yeah, maybe. But another important round here on the board for Winterfox. They need to pick this one up. They really need to start making some inroads into this first half, because the more rounds they lose early on the piece, the more difficult it is going to be to come back for it. And we know how quickly it can be for that T-side economy to just start to build up and balloon out and become such a massive problem for the CTs.
Absolutely, in Complexity, if they can keep as many of these AKs as well, even if they lose this round, as long as they do the damage and try to force Winterfox in towards these, these poor weapons like the UMP and the FAMAS, it just makes Winterfox's life a little bit more difficult to try to hold onto the bomb sites, whereas for Complexity, they can kind of work, with the Tech 9s, maybe even force up one AK-47 so far. Jason R, he was the only person been making impact frags in the previous round. He needs the rest of his team to step up, especially Surreal with the AWP. If Surreal doesn't really work out, I believe Desi also can pick up the AWP, and he's been doing quite well, so I'd like to see that happening on the CT side, or maybe even the T side later on in the rounds.
Yeah, I think Cage, though, as well, is one of those maps where you can just go 5 rifle setup and charge into the bomb sites, and it works out quite nicely. It's not like you necessarily always need those picks from the AWPs. And Complexity here, we'll see whether or not they do decide to do that. Obviously not this round, as they do have the AWP in the hands of Surreal, but they've gained control of mid relatively easily, now making their way over towards the B bomb site, a couple through B halls. Does seem like a couple are going to head in through vent, but they do have Def here on the lurk, up through A short. Well, he could definitely take down a rotator right now.
Yeah, but EMAG, back of checkers, had to do so much work, didn't really work out. Jason R is going to be taken out by the but Surreal, that's a lot better. Getting the 1-for-1 trade now, opting to hold it on the side. There's a flashbang, and the headshot on towards Desi, but Suzy trying to peek out from heaven with the UMP. It's not going to work out. APOC now on the flank as the rest of Complexity just locking down the bomb site. And while Afternoon's going to be taken out eventually, they just had to play safe and sound. You can see Def eventually coming around behind. Through heaven he goes. He's not here, guys. There's only one position he can be, and there's going to be flank if the bomb ever does go down. And Surreal may have just been spotted out by APOC. He's going to use a molly. This should be Surreal dying. Has to be. No! He does die, but he still gets the option towards APOC.
Yeah, that's no good for Winterfox. It seemed like every time they were getting a kill, every time they had or had the chance to equalize and then maybe overtake Complexity in terms of favor in that round, Complexity would just bite back with one kill at the most crucial of times, and that's really, really bad now for Winterfox. Their economy's reset. Complexity know it. They've got that Mac 10 on Desi, and well, this is probably going to be 5-1, which is really starting to become a problem for Winterfox. They need to get more rounds on the board right now.
Yeah, they're going to be trying to potentially counter boost mid, but you can see Def already coming very, very early on. APOC's going to be tagged down low. There's a Molotov. That should seal APOC's fate. No, he's going to be taken out, and well, Raz is going to take a bit more damage from the Molotov. I think Android's going to suspect this. He's going to push in and clear out the close angles as Jason R takes down EMAG. And well, Zuzi nearly gets the kill, dinks him out, but Jason R cleaning up towards the B site quite easily. Complexity, very, very quick anti-eco once again. They're just rolling ahead with these easy rounds and they're slowing down the buy rounds and making it work in their favor. Winterfox can't force up in this one. They're going to have to buy pistols once again.
Yeah, it's really, really becoming a tough situation now for Winterfox. They're basically going to need to win out the half from here, or maybe drop one more round after this for them to have, much to play with in the second half. But Complexity, you said that they were going to be probably favoured a little bit here on Cache. It's certainly seeming like it's going to be that way, and their T side so far has really looked almost flawless.
Yeah, just some... I mean, they're anti-ecos. Just the fact that they don't drop many weapons, that they're taking the aim deals, is just working in their favour. And Def, look, great crossfire, but it's not going to work out this time. EMAG's only able to get one before Jason R goes for the double kill. Spots out some early information. Surreal, though, loses his life, as well as the AK-47, and you can just see Zuzi's got a lot of work to do, trying to lock down the A site. Desi's out on it, though, and APOC, if he finds his kill, means that all of a sudden, a 2-on-2, Jason R with 3 kills by himself. B side's cracked open, but Winterfox now with a real chance to, at the very least, try to win this eco.
Yeah, they have 2 AKs in their hands, and a real chance is something that they need to convert right now, because 1-5 down, they definitely need to be getting better than that so far on the CT side, and this is a chance that you need to take, right? This is not something that's given to you very often, and when it is, and you're down 1-5, it's absolutely something that needs to go the way of Winterfox right now if they're to come back into the first half. Admittedly, I know it would be an eco round win, but to be able to get that sort of swing of momentum going in your favour, it would be so great for Winterfox, but Complexity do close it out. Admittedly, quite a good eco for Winterfox there, taking 4 guns out of the hands of Complexity, but what they need right now is rounds. They don't need good eco rounds. So.
It's just difficult at the moment, where Android and Jason are going 15 kills and 11 kills already after 7 rounds. That's just ridiculous. Jason R, like, he's come in, and we just go, no, we're not expecting too much out of Jason R. I know he's good, but I never expect him to just go, yep, I'm just going to tap heads, 1, 2, 3, 4, kill everyone, I'm untouchable. So that's just really, I guess, great to see from Complexity. Maybe this is what they needed in terms of their overall lineup for their roster. Raz getting a little bit aggressive. This is what we wanted to see from Winterfox. At the very least, trying to change things up with the AWP. He also gets out alive without taking a single point of damage. And Complexity already losing Desi. And there's a flashbang, means APOC can try to get a little bit aggressive, but Def was ready for it behind the A main box, which means it's a 1-for-1 trade ultimately, and Winterfox none the better for it.
Oh, overall, though, things now starting to slightly favour Complexity, as we do see Jason R picking up Imagine. And the other good thing here for Complexity is that Winterfox haven't been able to afford too many utilities in this round. You can see now they're just down to that single Molotov and flash on Ofnu, and Complexity should have a relatively easy time of just getting into these bomb sites. I mean, they've got a couple of Molotovs. They can sort of restrict the movement of the CTs a little bit. They've got some flashbangs to work with here as well. But Winterfox, they just don't have anything to counter that.
Oh, there's a cross smoke towards Forklift. There is Zuzi, though, playing close Forklift. And only one person out, but Dev still gets the kill. Raz, so much work for him to do with the AWP. He knows that potentially there's only one out, and Dev spotted him out. Pressure now placed on towards Raz, trying to stay alive, but the bomb makes its way towards B-side. Ofnu, he might be able to go huge here. We'll spot out Jason R. That's one headshot. Android coming across for the trade. He's a little bit sharper. Also gets the counter return. And, well, Raz just might need to save this AWP. Just needs to sprint away.
Yeah, I think this is too little too late, really, for him to do much about it. And the way that Winterfox's economy is looking, it's obviously going to be super, super helpful to have an AWP in the hands next round. Although, in saying that, I don't think that the AWP has been particularly effective here for Winterfox. Raz has got maybe like 2 or 3 frags with it.
Well, he was able to get the first entry kill. Pushing Squeaky, getting the first entry. It looked good, but then Winterfox lost control of B-side. Imagine trying to take, off-timing duel against Jason R, but Jason R's just on fire at the moment, able to just make the first one-on-ones work in his favor. Now, spotting for information, Raz is at the very least able to take down Android. They know where he is, so Complexity want to throw bodies at this. They want to take this gun off Raz. They don't want the AWP to be saved. It looks like Surreal not going to risk it. No point for him risking it.
Yeah, Def wasn't anywhere nearby, so that was the problem. Raz, that might have been a bit risky if there was someone watching that angle, but he survives, and Winterfox are going to force up behind that AWP.
They have to make this turnaround, so they need to... They do have an M4 to work with on APOC, but we saw him going aggressive, not working out. Complexity just able to hold the aggression and then slowly make their way into a site. So maybe Winterfox just had to play patient. Just have to play the 2-on-2. Don't give up any opportunities, as the AWP is just training its line down towards B main. And well, Zeus is coming close alongside with Ofnu. A couple of UMPs maybe pushing in towards mid, but Android's actually coming out alongside with Def, and they just instantly get the kills mid. It's gone a little bit wrong for Winterfox already. It just feels like there is nothing that Complexity...
Wow.
Oh, I was going to say, it just feels like there is nothing that Complexity can do wrong. Jason R just knowing what's happening. Well, Raz trying his best to hold on to the B side, but unfortunately, there's only one of him and too many of Complexity. APOC, though, at the very least, a 1-for-1. They know where he is, but it is still a clutchable situation. No more, though.
Not anymore. Surreal playing that one very, very well, making sure that APOC couldn't peek the Molotov line and just watching the other one. Easy peasy.
Complexity just storming ahead towards an 8-1 lead. Well, I was saying that I was feeling like it was a 1-1, but I thought Winterfox would be playing a lot better than this. They're just getting outclassed at the moment, out-dominated. Complexity just winning the aim deals easy like that. Coming together in crossfires, just working together as a unit, and it's paying dividends for them. You can see Jason R, he just comes out, just one taps towards that close position, gets a headshot, and he just strolls forward. Why not? Surreal goes on towards boost. Raz just caught in the open with his pants down. Easy kill. APOC towards A main. Boost is going to be spotted out.
Yeah.
Surreal's not going to miss
He's used
those.
that already once or twice this half, so Complexity very, very well aware of it. It did work out the first time, but this time, not quite.
It's just a stroll in the park at the moment for Complexity.
It is.
Just walking in.
Surreal's just having a good time. He's like, okay, I see player, I shoot player, we win round.
Yeah, often at the very least, getting one. Caught in the open, though. Can't get any more. Imagine, well, only with the UMP, was playing close towards B main, but now he's stuck really in the middle of nowhere, trying to find something, anything. But when you're stuck all the way down at tree and trying to shoot downtown with a UMP, it's not going to work out. And a pause being called. Surely this one's got to be a tactical pause for Winterfox to figure out what's going wrong. Yeah,
you would have to think so, and I hear the music, so I am suspecting that my suspicions maybe prove correct. But yeah, look, Winterfox, it is basically time for them to maybe have a bit of a timeout, as we can see here, and think about what do we need to change, or do we even need to change anything, or we just need to hit our shots a little bit better. Maybe it's just the aim duels that are going the way of the T's.
Yeah, I think it's that as well. Complexity has shown they're more than comfortable to go, all right, we're already up 9-1. We've got Jason R and Android who's just going, yeah, let's just go in and just book people left, right, and center. They're just getting these headshots, and now Surreal's also chiming in with the AWP. They're just gaining confidence. They just go, hang on, we're just going anywhere we want, and Winterfox aren't punishing it. Let's just keep doing it. Yep. Winterfox, you can see that they're desperately trying to hold on, but they're trying to play too aggressive and trying to hold on to the information as well as the bomb sites, and it's not working out for them. They're getting punished for playing aggressive, and even when they try to play defensively, it's just... Already they've played aggressive, they have too little members, and they just get taken out afterwards. Too many lines to watch, too little people.
Well, I think the economic situation as well is not really favouring Winterfox here. It's quite obvious to say that, but part of the reason I think that they have been playing so aggressively throughout this CT side is that they basically only had maybe one round that I could think of where they've actually had almost full utilities. So they haven't been able to sit in those bomb sites and smoke off the chokes and Molotov off the chokes and counter flash the T's when they've come in. So they have had to make those plays. And so far, it's really not worked out all that much. One round on the board for Winterfox on the CT side of Cache. It's nowhere near enough. And it seems as though they are going to force back into this one. Triple UMP, double deagle.
Yeah, this is what I don't like seeing. I mean, Zuzi, sure, he'll be able to afford a basic M4, but if your buy rounds aren't really working out, you might as well try to opt to get as much utility as possible. Not try to go for, all right, let's just get, UMPs with body armor, flashbang, even a kit. It just feels like they're maybe not on the same page. APOC and Raz, I mean, they're just going, all right, let's go for Deagles. I want the AWP. I want to make sure I have the M4 as well as utility. For the others, is kind of going, hang on, what's going on? Zuzi, why do you only have 950 compared to the rest of them? They've already lost so many rounds.
Yep.
If they're lacking utility and losing rounds, why are they forcing up and trying to win these rounds where it just feels like Complexity should be able to take another easy victory? it just feels like it once again because the complexity so far has just been like, just walk in.
Well, they haven't had any problems with the rifle, so why are they going to have problems with the UMPs and Deagles? Like, not to mention, Winterfox can't really do anything to hold them off here apart from shoot them.
Yeah, well, even complexity just go, I mean, we know that Winterfox may be pushing us, so we'll just fall back out of territory. And Desi, well, he's going to be caught with his pants down just a little bit, so now complexity coming out of mid. Maybe this is a round that Winterfox can turn around because they've got the first pick and they are slowly coming towards Raz, who's spotted out. Oh, unfortunately, Android's got his crosshairs trained on the line, and APOC gets one with a Desert Eagle, but Android just, ducks down and goes, you can't really transfer your shot on towards my head like that.
Yeah.
And so it's up to Offnu and EMAG to try to retake the A bomb site. Imagine with the UMP, Offnu also with the UMP and a flashbang, and Molotov close already. But Offnu charging straight forward, complexity ready and waiting, which is something I think we didn't see yesterday. There was a match on Cache where I think one of the members just charged in with a UMP and just got 2 kills. No one was watching the line. So good to see complexity at the very least. They're playing basic, solid Counter-Strike. Protect your bomb carrier, make sure that the CTs can't play aggressive. And here's where the change-up has to happen. A double up for Winterfox, but complexity already hit double digits.
That was obviously going to be a difficult round there for Winterfox, but it makes sense now that you can see that double AWP setup coming out. They obviously ecoed a little bit more on Raz and APOC, the other guys taking the UMPs, and they would have loved to have won the round, but with the loss, it still affords them enough to buy the double AWP setup. But do you feel as though this maybe is a little bit too late? Like, I know they haven't had the economy, but even if they win out from here, it's still only 10-5.
Oh, at least it's more serviceable rounds. If complexity take this, well, then it's effectively over. Because Winterfox then, with double AWP, hasn't worked out. With buy rounds, it hasn't worked out.
Yep.
So Winterfox need rounds not only in terms of buffering space, they need it for confidence, as well as just the knowledge that they go, okay, we can go toe-to-toe. Complexity can be, cooled down a little bit, and we can take these victories. But now complexity just stacking over towards the B site. There is the AWP in the hands of Raz. He's sitting towards headshot. Offnu has the defensive utility as well in his hands, ready to, I guess, use them as soon as Raz makes contact. And you can see Offnu going for a pick, but he's going to be punished for it. It's all up to Raz to try to hold this off now. He doesn't have any HE grenades on Molotov. Gets the first one to Desi. Molotov forcing it out of position, taking a little bit more damage. And what a shot on towards them. He's so low. Finally traded out by Surreal, but he's done, at the very least, equalize the situation. Zuzi also sneaking close through smoke grenade. Might be able to fan Android. So now a 2-on-3. Surreal coming a little bit late. Jason R now finally getting the bomb plant down. Surreal's just trapped in the middle of no man's land, really. So it's Jason R to do the majority of the work. And, well, they can't even do it. Much better from Winterfox, getting the kills in their favor. Yeah,
that did look a little bit smoother for them. I was going to say that was a round which, again, they needed to win because they've been granted the opportunity. And they do this time manage to consolidate on it and pull it through. So it's still 2 rounds on the board now for Winterfox. It's not much, but at least it's something to perhaps build off. They will be able to take the double AWP setup through to this round as well. Dropped over to Raz, of course. And the rebuys coming out from a couple of those players. Complexity, I think they'll be pretty pleased with how this has gone so far. Anyway, if they can get one more round, then excellent.
If they take one more round on this round, then effectively they've won the half. There is no money on the side of Winterfox to buy up. So complexity, I think they know that the double AWP setup has come out, so they have to go for these smoke site executes. Winterfox, they show the tendency to kind of go, all right, we'll try to find the timing and try to see if we can grab a easy pick. Surreal dodges the grenade that was thrown towards him in boost. He's still trying to lock down the lines. APOC, what a tight line to be holding at A main. But that's a great line to be holding as well. If any members from complexity peek into it, he's a dead man for sure. And Surreal gonna be flashing himself in. As well, defensive utility, as well as the aggressive utility, I could say, from complexity, slowly being burnt out. But a lot of smoke still to work with on both sides. A lot of Molotovs and Syrian grenades being worked with on both sides as well. Raz just trying to stop this mid aggression by himself.
And maybe not the greatest of ideas, because if he does go down, there's no one really to trade him out, but he's going to fall back up into the A-bomb site. That's probably the right idea. And complexity, they're given mid for free, but at least there's some information there for Raz. He'll know that they're in mid.
Yeah, EMAG, though, just playing back checkers, I really don't like seeing this out of Imagine because he's been caught here before and he's been unable to make the aim deals work in his favor. A little bit of early damage towards Highway. Great HE grenades as well as now a couple of flashbangs and smokes. Def will be caught off guard, and a little bit of noise means APOC's just going to use his incendiary grenade to stop the progression. But they are coming towards the B side instead. EMAG, like I said, playing towards back and checkers will be punished. Complexity have been using these Molotovs to clear off the lines. Raz overstepping his mark. They lose on the offs, and APOC does manage to get the trade, but they crack their way onto towards the B side. Zuzi and APOC just need a save right now. There is, unless they can get the first pick, and that's a big if. APOC switch out to the AK-47. Well, that's the first one. That's a critical one. If he finds this on to Jason R, could bring a chance, but down towards 3 HP. He won't be able to. Jason are just playing behind default. Rest of Complexity, they'll breathe a sigh of relief. They will try to reset the rest of the Winterfox economy, but I think APOC and Zuzi will back off. They should back off.
Are they going to, though? Zuzi seems keen. The flashbang's coming into the side as well, and, well, that's the full HP player being taken down easily by Android. APOC will take an AWP into his hands, and he just has to save this now. At least he got one trade, but it's never going to be enough, really, for a retake there.
Yeah, and it just, if he was able to get, he found the timing on towards Surreal. That was great. If he was also able to get a kill on Jason R, it would have mean the difference. I was about to say the deference, but he's still alive. But that would have been the difference between the two teams, and unfortunately was just unable to find the opportunity. We'll be able to take the AWP at the very least into the next round. I think Complexity will be able to call, you know, he saved the AWP.
Yeah.
But Complexity still forcing Winterfox into a terrible situation. They're forcing up behind this once again. They've got the AWP in the hands of Raz, but it's not worked out for them before. And even if they take this one, Complexity still with the advantage. Android and Jason are both looking to drop 20s in the first half. That's ridiculous. Two people trying to drop 20s.
Yeah, well, they're well
in
on their way.
15 rounds.
They're well on their way to doing it, but only a couple rounds left to do it in. Complexity, they've looked so good here on Cache. Winterfox just have had nothing, really. Like, they've had that one round with the double AWP, which looked okay, and then, honestly, I can't even remember where the other round sprang from. That was the first gun round, I think, from memory, which wouldn't have been an excellent buy from Complexity. They would have had a UMP or something, but again, we're just going to be seeing Complexity walk out onto a bomb site, get kills, and get the bomb down. Now, I know Winterfox here haven't got a good buy, but it's they just need to be getting more kills. Like, they need to be at least looking like they've got something in this one.
Oh, Android are missing the spray a little bit on Raz. Raz able to get the second kill, but EMAG, last man left standing. Here's the B-side anchor, so it means that he's going to be slowly rotating his way across. In Complexity, just popping heads left, right, center. Android, the first member on his team to drop a 20. 21 kills on his T half. Jason R, he wants to drop the 20 as well. Rest of Complexity also chiming in with their cameo moments. I mean, Desi, Def, and Surreal, not, I guess, exceeding expectations like Android and Jason R have. But at the same time, doing work and slowly putting in the man hours.
Well, Winterfox is their last chance to get around here. 3 rounds would be not good. Would be better than 2, though. I mean, we've seen 5.7s and pistols work before, so let's not count them out too early here, but definitely the way the Complexity have been looking, it's really just basically over already.
Yeah, man, they're just looking dominating, and even with this flashbang being used, and as well as smoke maybe for APOC to sneak through, he tries this every single time, and well, Complexity, they're waiting for this. APOC, I think, tried the same thing about 4 times by now. And Complexity just go, no, it's not going to work out. Why are you trying again? No, it's not going to work out.
Nope.
And it's just easy aim deals afterwards. Yeah. Complexity 13-2 half.
I feel like a broken record at this stage every time I say a Complexity kill or a Complexity is coming into the round, getting tons of frags. It's not even trades at this point. They're just taking down Winterfox one by one. No worries at all. 13 on the board there to start off the first half for Complexity. I'm sure they're going to be able to close out the second half very, very soon, but we will find out after the ad break.
Get your team apparel now at shop.eslgaming.com.
And straight back into the second half here. Things are, well, I think it's fair to say, very, very tough right now for Winterfox to come back into this. Complexity, basically all they need is the pistol round, and then they win the match. 13-2. You can't ask for much more heading into the second half of Cache.
Oh, you could have. You could ask for 15-0.
Well, yeah.
Could
it's
have
much of a
asked.
muchness, though, really.
Yeah, true that.
It's always going to end with the same result. Complexity should win this run from here. I mean, it would be a fantastic comeback from Winterfox if they were able to do that, but
So many rounds they have to grind out.
they're going to have to, yeah, they're going to have to hope they've got something up their sleeve on the T side, because the CT side, it didn't seem to be something that they were particularly comfortable on.
Yeah, and well, Complexity, they do have, I guess, the kit play already dinked down towards 15. That's surreal. He was, I believe, peaking highway. You can see his blood splatters all across the white box. And now Jason are also taking a little bit of damage. A tit for tat, really, between the two of them. But Winterfox having members now slowly crawl over towards B side. There is Desi as well as Android on the bomb, on the crossfire as well, should I say. So rest of Complexity just maneuvering their players around, not really committing anywhere. Neither are Winterfox as time is ticking away. Bomb has been left underneath boost. And well, Offner is probably just a lurk bait at this stage. If he's able to get a kill, this would be crucial. But if he isn't, well, that's pretty much going to be it.
I mean, he's already over towards this B site with, well, one player in the connector, I suppose, isn't really counted towards B site, but it is still a rotation for Complexity, but he won't get anything done. Doesn't look like there's going to be a rotate for Complexity there. In fact, it's actually going to be the wrong one, really, for Winterfox here. So they're going to get up to the A-bomb site very, very quickly, and Imagine gets dropped by Jason R, who's having a cracker of a game so far. Now APOC under pressure as well. Will go down to Android. Raz and Zuzi, though, able to trade back. 2 versus 3. Now 3 versus 1, sorry, is Zuzi the only one left alive. He will be able to pick up Def, but I think that's all said and done really here for Winterfox. I mean, they're going to need something of an amazing sort of a force buy. I guess they have to go this round. They can't really afford to allow it to go to the tiebreaker. They need to pick it up in this one, I think.
Yeah, that's really just the pressure at the moment that Complexity have applied all the way through the TFR. I was going to make a pun and just go Complexity. Sure, Complex might be in their name, but they haven't pulled out something amazing on the T side. It was just clinical Counter-Strike. It was just, all right, let's just trade each other out. Let's just go and get the kills working in their favor. It wasn't like they just went, all right, we're going to do these 6 smoke and flashbangs.
Early on, it was kind of just, all right, we're going to trade out. Like, you could see Winterfox was getting some kills in those rounds. It wasn't always very close, but they were getting, 2 or 3 frags, and then Complexity was taking control. But towards the end of the half, it was just Complexity. Once they'd warmed up, once everything was flowing nicely, they were walking into bomb sites. Maybe once Winterfox was a little bit demoralized, everything just went the way of Complexity probably for the last maybe 3 or 4 rounds of that half. And it seems it's gone that way as well so far. In the second half, Jason are finding 2, Def finding 1 as well. It's just the same old story here. Complexity just wiping the floor, really, with Winterfox.
Well, I mean, Winterfox APOC has struck back. He's quite low, though. Wow, completely blinded out. Raz does manage to get the 1-for-1 trade afterwards, but he's by himself and stuck towards quad. And you can see 2 very hungry Complexity players just pushing him right now. Smoke does go out, or flashbang, and Android just pushes it. They don't really care even if they die.
Yeah.
It's 15-2 now. They're looking to end it 16-2.
And that would be a very, very convincing score.
I was expecting a much closer match.
So was I.
I think Winterfox just dropped the ball on the CT side, not able to get their trades working. Some positive signs for some of their players, but it's just not good enough overall. Just playing too aggressive, it just fed towards Complexity, who were more than happy to take the aim deals. And now match point, Complexity look in dominating position to close this out.
All right. Complexity, again, fairly similar setup to what they've been running. 2-1-2, obviously pretty standard. Winterfox as well, it's pretty much what they've been running. I mean, they've got a player over towards B who maybe was going to try and get something done, but it does look like now APOC starting to rotate back into Warehouse.
When you just get killed,
what are you going to do, Like, what are you going to do?
What can you do is you're trying to set up for an execute. You're now coming in dry. And Def just goes, okay, Zuzi does manage to get the first kill on Jason up, but they're just coming in dry. And Def does turn away from the flashbang just a little bit too early, so Emag's allowed to push in and get the kill. So Winterfox 2-on-3. Bomb hasn't crossed to the site. APOC still trying to find this kill as both the Complexity members are rotating behind, as a matter of fact. APOC, he's taking the bomb back into them and taking the duel. He gets 1, but can't get the second. And it's all to Emag now. He shuts down Surreal. But the bomb has been lost towards A-main. Android knows this. Has spotted out Emag, and they're going for the 1-on-1. Emag gets the headshot. A bit of a lifeline for Winterfox.
Yeah.
But still.
Wasn't convincing at all, though. Like, I'm not really counting my chickens before they hatch here for Winterfox. Yes, it's 1 round on the board, but Seems as though Complexity's keen to just buy back into this one. I mean, it's not going to be a good buy. They've just got one AWP and a bunch of basically rubbish across the board there. But, like, you still feel as though they might even have a good chance at this one. Android with the AWP this time, interestingly enough. Given that Surreal was having such a good time with it on the first half, you would have thought maybe you put it in his hands. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. And now Winterfox, they're going to try and take advantage of this poor weapon buy, really, from Complexity. They have overrun Desi. He's dropped a UMP there. Now Jason are under pressure as well. And so far, Winterfox haven't lost a player as the kills keep flowing over to the T side.
Yeah, it's all to Android now. He's got the AWP. What? Oh, they just line up for him. He gets blind, but he won't be getting any more, surely. Afternoon does shut it off. But Winterfox getting a couple of late rounds, really just consolidation rounds. If they do manage to come back from this, it'd be a severe misplay coming out from Complexity.
For sure.
Or Winterfox has to play amazingly.
Yeah.
And so
Probably
far,
a
they
bit
have
of
not
both.
shown that tendency yet.
No. In Complexity, they will eco this one out. They have a lot of rounds to play with. They might even double eco just to 100% get everything that they could ever want. Maybe even double AWP set up. I don't know. Utilities across the board, everything. But it just feels as though it's a matter of time, really, for Complexity, and Winterfox is delaying the inevitable right now.
Well, Raz does manage to get the pick on towards Jason up, and Android pushing ever so closely up, trying to find this headshot on towards APOC. He is very, very low, and he knows this, and, well, Desi, they've got the surround, so APOC loses his life without barely doing any damage. They're actually coming back towards B main, but with the smoke that APOC threw earlier, it actually helps Complexity get out alive with an AK-47, so it's going to be a little bit disastrous. They are trying to go back towards B side, but with an AK there, this could just spell a little bit of a disaster.
Yeah, Desi, he can be the key man here for Complexity. Doesn't have any armor, so can't really afford to take a duel. He just needs to get that one-shot headshot or a spray down maybe from behind, something like that. But it's still something that Winterfox do need to be careful of, because an AK can be the difference here between a win and a loss for Complexity.
Well, Desi's still dancing around. They know they're coming on towards the B side. Andrew's going to make contact, and Desi just waiting. He does manage to take down one. Zuzi does well to trade him out, though, so the AK now lost for the CT. It's a 3-on-3. Zuzi's been tagged down to 43, and Surreal, he's thinking about pushing through the smoke, decides not to. Waiting for the rest of his teammates to stack up, and I think they're all going to push in at the same time to try to catch the Tears off guard. Hopefully Winterfox have the guns ready and trained on the common lines, ready for anything to occur.
Oh.
But Zuzi already loses his life. And well, Offno on the site has a lot of work to do, and he will be able to do it. Much better from Winterfox. But it's still
It was only against an eco, right? So can't really draw too many conclusions there for Winterfox. At least they're able to get a fairly decent anti-eco out of the way. But now the real work is going to begin, because Complexity have got full rifles. They've got decent amount of grenades there as well. Winterfox, they don't have any rounds to play with. Like, if they lose this one, it's over. You can't even take that small little note of hope, like, oh, you know, Winterfox, they have one rounds to play with here. They might be able to get something done, but that's not the case for them. And Complexity, they're going to have to deal with this, what looks to be an execute from Winterfox.
Yeah, already boosting one member immediately up. That's going to be Jason R on the boost, and Def not making any noise coming back down. There's the execute for getting Def. Makes noise towards Forklift, but still, there's no way Winterfox can come out yet. There is potentially a couple of members boosted out towards mid. You can see they're actually just pinching off highway as well. So now Jason R in a lot of danger. Def just caught between two mines. He hears this, and well, Jason R is going to die immediately, and Def under so much pressure. Surely he can't live for any longer. Surrounded from both sides, eventually collapsed upon, but Cyril will be able to drop the bomb as well as
Oh, the bomb's in an awful spot there for Winterfox. Just dropped down in the middle of no man's land, but they do just sneak around the corner there. I think it was Zuzi that picked up the bomb. Great stuff from him, so quick on that. And now all down to Desi, 1 versus 3. The bomb down for Winterfox. Those guys on the A site, they really just needed to get 1 or 2 more frags there, and this would have been a round for Complexity, but not the case. They weren't able to hold it. It was a good execute from Winterfox. The split, it definitely worked. Raz with 3K in that round as well. So,
Winterfox showing some sign of life, which is good. This is going to be, before, if Complexity was able to shut this out 16-2, it would have just been, all right, Winterfox have nothing to work with, no momentum. They're going to be heavily demoralized. Now at the very least, starting to pick up rounds. They can start feeling a little bit better about themselves, going, look, we lost really early on, but now going on to our own map pick, we're going to make sure that we come firing, guns ablazing. And so far, Raz now starting to pick up the AWP kills. You know, Winterfox are making these rifle trades working out. That's good to see. But they have to be careful, because now the aggression coming out from the members of the CT side, they've actually got this fast control and depth. Oh my goodness. Depth won't go for the knife kill.
I wonder, like, how this would have turned out if Winterfox had have started off on the T side. Because it's definitely looking a little bit more comfortable for them here on the T side than the CT side. Now, admittedly, they may actually lose this eco now. or this anti-eco, because they've given up a player. They've got a gun in the hands of Complexity, but it's not the gun that they would have wanted. Android, though,
what a shot.
does take down Offnu, so now 2-player advantage. Surreal finding another one, and another! And it looks like Winterfox, well, they're going to be dropping out there. Complexity sealing the deal on an eco round, and that is just another nail in the coffin for Winterfox. They really should have been able to get that round, but look, we did say it could be a 1-1, so Complexity, they've sealed their end of the deal. Now it's time for Winterfox to come back here in the second map and really put some pressure on Complexity, because if Complexity can 2-0 this, well, Winterfox, like, where do they go from there, really?
Yeah, it'll be devastating for Winterfox, especially after coming off such a tight match against Immortals. But that was on Keish. That was a map which we expected Complexity to perform well on. When they lost, I think, Keish against Renegades, that was not for lack of trying. That was more of the JKS show, who was just completely styling on them. I think in that entire series, JKS both dropped a 2 rating in both matches. So now you can see that against a team which didn't really have as many players firing up. You know, we saw a couple of good rounds from Raz, we saw a couple of good rounds from APOC, but it wasn't good enough to string together. And ultimately, they didn't have enough CT rounds, and that's what cost them.
Yeah, definitely.
If they had maybe even the 5 we were talking about,
Yeah.
we could have seen a different storyline coming through here. Maybe
Well-
maybe a lot closer. I'd still reckon it'd be a Complexity win, but it may
Yeah.
have been a 16-11, 16-12. A lot more for us to talk about Winterfox. But for now, Winterfox going to the next map without even any confidence. That's the scary thing, is just they have maybe 2 rounds to go off where, yeah, we played well. We're happy with that. They don't have any much more to go on, and that's just so hard to do. It's going to require so much composure. I think with the experience on board, they can do it, especially going to their map pick. They can try to wipe that off the slate. At the same time, it's difficult. It is difficult.
Definitely. It's going to be a big task here for Winterfox in the second map. We will head to a quick break, but we'll be back very, very shortly with Complexity and Winterfox on map 2.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Get your team apparel now at shop.eslgaming.com.
Nico wants another go at it though. Bolts is there, and another round to the Slaughter. And Nico! What a round to come alive from this man!
The game has changed. This is why FaZe wanted Nico.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.
Hello and welcome back to the ESL Pro League North America Division Season 5. Currently halfway between the two maps of Winterfox and Complexity, and, well, Complexity are definitely off on the right foot.
Yeah, I mean, taking a 16-6 victory on cache, their own map pick, are they going to be happy with that rolling forward, especially with the eco win as well? I mean,
yeah,
why wouldn't you be happy with that?
Exactly. I mean, what was it, 13-2 in the first half, or 12-3, something like that?
15-2 at one stage.
15-2. It was just a complete and utter drubbing, essentially, there of Winterfox. They did claw back a couple of rounds towards the end, but it always felt as though they were just delaying the inevitable. There was never really much of a chance they were going to come back into it. And now we have to set our sights forward here onto Overpass, our next map. I believe that is Winterfox's pick. It certainly should favour Winterfox a little bit more than cache did.
Yeah, they're able to. I think they played Overpass a couple of times now, so I think they took a victory against Rush last week. Complexity, though, it's just scary because even if it's their own map pick, Complexity is starting the safety side, and with that aim, If they just bring it forward, they can take another 13-2 half. It doesn't really matter how much execution you need because you just go, all right, we'll just throw on towards a B site. Jason, Aaron, Android, just do your stuff.
Yeah, well, we'll have a look and see how things are going across the board here. It is looking like it's going okay for NRG over on the mainstream up against CLG, but that one definitely not over just yet. Could come back there for CLG. We'll have to find out later on in the piece. As we mentioned there for coH on our first one, 16-6, the way of Complexity. And, well, some real work to do in this second map for Winterfox.
Absolutely. They need to take this. This is, I would argue, if they lose this, they may end up alongside with Selfless at the bottom. They will end up actually Selfless at the bottom of the ESL Pro League, and that's not somewhere you want to be at, especially with Matchday number 13. Sure, this is kind of a catch-up match for them, but still don't want to be at the bottom. If you're at the bottom, it means that you could be relegated towards, you could be relegated out of the Pro League, and no one wants to do that. No one wants to drop down.
No one wants that. I mean, like, what happens then for either of these teams if they do get dropped out of Pro League? I mean,
I think they go back to.
I think they disband, really.
With Winterfox, yeah, pretty much. It's unfortunate to say
well,
that.
maybe they don't disband. Maybe they just come back here to Australia and compete here. And they certainly would be a team which I think could compete. I don't know if they necessarily would be up the top, but
I would argue probably not. I mean, we saw pretty much, once again, maybe a bit of Australian bias, but I would say that the Australian teams that, like, say, for example, Tainted, as well as even Chiefs, Immunity, Darksided, all these guys will actually give Winterfox a run for their money. They play, from what we saw last night, they played really solid.
Yep.
And I'd like to see Winterfox come back and Renegades come back and see how they do against the local talent these days, because it looks like...
Well, Renegades are going to be coming to IEM Sydney.
Exactly.
So we may or may not see them up against some of the Australian teams while they're here. I don't think Winterfox said they were able to attend the qualifiers, so they aren't necessarily coming to IEM Sydney, but I agree. I would love to see them coming through to back to Australia and New Zealand and seeing how they can compete. But something that maybe we are going to have to wait a little bit longer for. And yeah, like, I don't know. I mean, they need to basically really knuckle down now in the NA Pro League and start to get some wins on the board, because maybe if they don't sort of compete here, and if they don't manage to re-qualify for next season of NA Pro League, maybe their return to Australia is going to be a little bit sooner than they would have liked.
Yeah, and this is where I guess this is a must-win. That's what we're talking about. This is a must-win. When you sign up with an organization as prestigious as Winterfox, it doesn't become a, look, you can drop these many rounds before you're given a second chance. If you get dropped out of the Pro League, it's kind of like, well,
you're gone.
Why would Winterfox sign up a roster that is doing worse than the previous roster? There were arguments for it in 2016. The previous season where they went 9-17 for the Pro League, we can kind of argue, look, Winterfox, all right.
It was their first season.
It was the first time, a lot of the time for the teams to actually go overseas, trying to get into the rhythm of working it out in a team house, rhythm of practicing against NA, learning the meta. But this season, going now 1-10, which is, they have, I don't know how many maps to make a turnaround. I don't think it's enough. No. Especially given how they're playing. It looked positive for almost, and then they just get absolutely stomped by Complexity. And that's it's just harsh. Especially also losing against the ex-Winterfox lineup. I think it was Denial.
Yeah.
Losing 2-0 like that, it's just...
Yeah, it's not great. But Complexity, things are looking a little bit better for them. Still not great, is probably how I would classify it at 2-9. But doing a little bit better now than they were before. And if they can pull this one off on Overpass, which is a possibility, then definitely they are going to be starting to feel a little bit more pleased with themselves. But that does, of course, require them to win this one.
Yeah, especially if they're starting on the CT side, it does make their job a lot easier. And we saw already, they've taken both pistol rounds so far on both sides. So it's not like they'll easily go, all right, we've been struggling with pistols so far. Winterfox have lost both of theirs. Complexity getting a couple of multi-kills, and Def just going to be spotting out for early information, but really no damage exchanged. He just spots, yeah, Winterfox is towards A site. Could still be a fake. Just Complexity will just rally their forces around and about. And you can see Def already locking down the long A line. You have Desi on the site, making sure that no one can sneak their way in toilets.
There's a few utilities there on Winterfox, courtesy of Offnu. He's got a smoke, a couple of flashbangs, so they have something to get them into this A-bomb site. The first flash is going to go out into bathrooms, not really affecting anything too much there for Complexity at this point. Or was that actually, no, that was a decoy. I thought it was a flash.
Yeah, well,
Am I going crazy? I swear I saw a flash. But
I
anyway.
think there was a flashbang maybe thrown, but well, Offner, they're charging straight up towards Long and Def. He's just in an awkward position. He's charging straight towards Toilets and won't be able to achieve anything. You can't really charge it towards Toilets with no control. Now this is much better from Winterfox, collapsing on towards the A side, getting the kills working in their favor. Now up to Jason R and Android to try to, I guess, capitalize and try to bring it back because the bomb has not been planted yet. There it is, Winterfox with a good secure or surround on the site, but Android now wrapping around. He can do some damage, but if Jason R gets taken out, this could be all over. He's able to get one headshot, and now Android on a 1-3.
Yeah, difficult task here for Android, really. He doesn't have too much time to work with. I don't even know where the kit would be for the CT side, if there is even one on this bomb site. Maybe Jason had it in bank, but even now, like, I think it's just too little too late. Best case scenario is he probably gets a knife kill onto Emag or something like that, just for that little bit of extra cash, but there you go. He takes down Emag, and he's got the kit.
He's
got
got
no
no time. So able to get the kills, though.
Pretty nice. 4 kills.
And that's a little bit poor from Winterfox.
Yeah.
Just allowing Android just to go big like that and just get kill after kill after kill. Well, Winterfox still will be able to get the bomb plant down. They'll be able to force up in this, but Complexity looking to try to take it back. They'll be forcing up pistols on depth. Android has a lot of cash to work with, and he's going to go for the scout. This can do serious work if he's able to find a couple of clean headshots, maybe get some of the UMPs and rifles and give it towards his teammates. Still not over for Winterfox yet, even after the pistol. It just feels like it's a struggle. Even they get the opening kill, it's just like, yeah, they got a favorable position. 5-on-2, and they still all die.
Yeah.
Sure, they take the round, but they still all die. And it's once again Jason R and Android.
Well, it's another difficult round for them coming out here. I mean, like, even though they have got the guns, it's a buy from Complexity, and I feel as though the scout buy is actually quite potent, because there you go, we've seen Zuzi now drop to 11 HP, the pistol, easy clean up onto that. So this has to be a well-played round by Winterfox. It's by no means just a sure thing.
Yeah, you can see that Surreal just dancing around. They've got this positioning in Toilets and Reunions that they can get the information, and Android's allowed to kind of float around with the scout. They are coming back towards the B site. They suspect that Complexity are stacking towards A, but look what Complexity do. Let's go. All right, let's go back towards B. We don't really have to play aggressive anymore, because I don't think Winterfox, if they want to attack Toilets, they have to use more utility. They've dropped Android down towards Heaven with the scout. You can see that he's just, you know, looking to do some more damage and help his teammates on the ground with that fire support. Looking towards short. There are smoke grenades for Winterfox to work with, so at the very least they should be able to blanket this out. There's a flashbangs. There's a flash for Def, but Def actually pushes towards short instead to see if he can catch someone off guard. Does think out Emag. A lot of damage done, but unfortunately it's not enough to get a kill yet on the side of Complexity. All of them are so low. Emag on 4, Apok on 30, and Zuzi on 11. My goodness. And Desi, I believe, has spotted out Imagine as well. Android will be able to get the kill, trying to transfer it on towards Apok as Desi does clean up Imagine. At the very least, Offnu does get the trade, and Apok is going to be found out in the middle of the open. And Winterfox are stuck towards short, and all of Complexity know it.
Trouble is, though, that this bomb is planted quite nicely for short, though Raz goes down, and that may be it. Offnu, he's got a big job to do here, and he's being covered off. Did the player stick the defuse? No. Looks like Jason R has jumped off it, and now he's going to have to try and chase down Offnu. He might be able to get him here. Does he just have enough time, actually, to get this bomb defused?
I don't think
so.
No,
unless he finds a kit. Doesn't look
There's
like
no
it.
kit.
That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate for Complexity, but at least he'll get out of there with the scout. They'll have something to take through to the next round. He's got a bit of head armor there as well as a 5.7, so he can probably drop the scout over to maybe Android, maybe Def, Surreal. All of them been picking up the long-range sniper rifles. Looks like he's just going to drop the pistol, the 5.7 over to Def.
That's just really the scary thing. Is just
yeah, but again, like, these 2 rounds on the board there, as you say, for Winterfox, they get rounds on the board, but they almost look as if the rounds should be going the way of the CTs.
Yeah, Winterfox able to, at the very least, clutch out those 1-on-1s, 1-on-2s, which in the end do make it work in their favor, especially Offner just rotating around. So even though he loses his life, at the very least, able to get the victory once again. And Desi coming across, gets the first pick on Raz. Sure, it's only a Mac 10. Still able to get out with his life is just, it should never happen.
Yeah, exactly. And Winterfox, they've got some work to do in this round. At least they have 3 AKs, so in theory they should be able to take down these unarmored opponents very, very easily. But if they drop one of the AKs, if they drop a couple of the AKs, like they've already dropped a lot in both of these first 2 rounds, they just can't afford to keep losing guns and giving Complexity chances.
Yeah, they only lost a max 10 though, so for Winterfox equalizing after Desi was caught out in the open trying to find a cheeky P250 headshot on one of the members at Unders. Didn't work out. Often able to clean up that kill with the assistance of Imagine. And, well, once again, slow round coming out from Winterfox. They don't want to be running into a stack. They're slowly clearing out the lines together. This is good to see. Much better, I guess, consolidation as they go back towards the A site. 2 members there, only with, I think, a 5-7 and a P250. Maybe even Surreal actually just with the USP. So this is going to be A site attack. Jason R still has a scout, but they are coming towards A site. I think Surreal has spotted a couple out long A. Needs to be cautious.
Molotov off onto the A-bomb site here. Complexity not going to be too affected by that. Surreal back in towards bank. Where's Jason R with that scout? I think he was in the bank there as well. Looks like it. Yeah, he is, but smoked off now. There's not much of a chance that Complexity's able to do anything here. It seems like they've lost a little bit too much. So maybe this will be the first real convincing round for Winterfox we've seen so far on Overpass. And there you go. 3 on the board now. Winterfox finally going to be having to deal with what is going to be a buy from Complexity. And this may be where things go bottom up though. Like Winterfox, yeah, it's looking better, but that was off the back of the pistol and the anti-ecos. So we've actually yet to see them against the full buy.
If they play Discipline like they did just then, slowly take map control, try to go in pairs and try to hunt down the members of Complexity, take the AWP of Surreal, then they can reset Complexity CT economy and try to inflict at least the pain that Complexity did on coL. It's still a really big possibility, even though Overpass is arguably a lot more CT biased compared towards coL.
I don't know if that's necessarily arguably. I think it is. Really.
Strong arguments for.
Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. But there's a glass cannon AWP for Surreal, so that is, as you mentioned, the sort of the weak point really here for Complexity. If Winterfox is able to take him down, you know, utilize that advantage they may have over him, then that's their way into this round.
Mag is slowly going to be clearing out unders by himself. This allows the rest of Winterfox to slowly push up towards toilets as well as long A. A couple of flashbangs should secure the lines. They got a lot of smoke grenades to work with. There is the smokes and flashbangs being used. Molotovs to make sure boosts aren't being used by the CTs as well. Sussing just now for basic information. Gonna take control of toilets before they decide where to execute. This is pretty much the standard, how we see a lot of the teams work. Take control of toilets, and as soon as they got the control of the toilets area, they're able to go anywhere they want. And Surreal spotted out Zuzi's head. And legs Raz! He's down to 17, and Desi close range. Zuzi leading the charge. Needs to get this entry kill, but still a 1-for-1. Surreal.
I think that's favorable for Complexity at this point. It allows a lot of time for those CTs to rotate up towards the A-bomb side, and Winterfox now are going to have to deal with those 4 players. Great shot from Raz, but immediately traded out. 3 versus 3 now as Imagine tries to make entries, and he does just that, finding 2. Winterfox have really broken their way onto the A-bomb site this time, and that, to me, is probably the most convincing round that we've seen coming out from them tonight.
This is much better, and this is off the back of, I think, Imagine has had a last couple of games, it's been rough for him.
Yeah.
It has been really rough as Opnu cleans up there. He's been going, 3 kills, 4 kills, 5 kills in an entire game. Now he's suddenly sitting at 7 kills, getting the entry frags, getting some confidence back into him. Winterfox, they'll be able to feed off this as well. Opnu, now on 8 kills as well with a couple of clutches. Sure, Apok, Raz, and Zuzi, a little bit quiet so far, but Raz was able to get the entry kill on Jason R on 17 HP. He was legged out, remember?
Yeah.
So he was a 1 tag away and is still able to convert it for a 1-for-1.
That's worthwhile, really, for Winterfox at this point, and Complexity,
Absolutely.
despite all that success that they had on coL, here now are down 4-0 after having lost the first gun round. They'll be down 5-0 after this one, assuming Winterfox doesn't bugger it up somehow. And, well, Complexity, it's just looking like a different team to what we saw on coL. They definitely don't seem as comfortable on, well, generally on the CT side, because we saw them on the T side of coL more so, looking good, but they dropped a few rounds on the CT side, but also just on Overpass in general, though Jason R is able to take down Apok. He will be traded out again straight away by Winterfox. That's what we didn't always see really on coL from Winterfox, is that when they did lose a player, they didn't always trade him out.
Yeah, and, well, that's it on the same side. On the CT side, Winterfox can't really dictate the terms on how Complexity play. They have to kind of go, all right, well, we'll try to play aggressive. And you can see Apok towards the A side on coL. He was trying to get flashed in, he was trying to push through and try to get information working in his favor. This time around, at least the Desert Eagles, the threat of the Desert Eagles shut down. 1-for-1 trades. Still, this doesn't favor Winterfox.
No.
But at the very least, they're getting the 1-for-1s. And it's better than not trading out, as we can just see the Desert Eagles from Complexity
they need to be doing better than this. They can't be allowing this many kills to go away on an anti-eco. Imagine and Raz now with a big job to do, an Android all the way around behind. This is a a big crossfire set up for Complexity. Raz at least does have the bomb, but he doesn't have any time to rotate. He has to commit to this A-bomb site, which essentially means he's going to have to take out 3 players. One goes down to the Molotov, but he just has no time to work with, and he has to rush into Surreal, who's going to dance around the truck, now baiting him into Android X, but oh, the bomb, the fake plant, Android going to be baited out by it, and now Raz is a one-shot from death.
Yeah, Android also has an AK-47, barely spots out Raz's head. Raz, 3 seconds left to work with. Android takes him out. Complexity, once again, winning a round on the back of a pistol. Just when you thought that Winterfox were looking good,
yeah.
Complexity pull out some nutty deagle shots.
Well, is this going to be the turnaround, really, where Complexity now just buries Winterfox?
Potentially, but at the same time, Winterfox, if they win this, they can reset Complexity's economy completely.
How much good is that going to do them, though, if they can't win an anti-eco?
Winterfox, they've been taking a couple of them. It's just been looking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The final anti-eco was looking a lot better, and the buy round's been looking a little bit, you know, a little bit crisper. At the same time, it's just, those rounds are so painful. I'd also say that it's because Complexity's deagle aim is really good.
Yeah, definitely. It has been across the board. Even on cache, they were looking pretty impressive with the deagle. And it has been causing some headaches for Winterfox, but it's still not really an excuse. Like, Winterfox should be still winning those rounds more often than not. And so far, they haven't really been particularly successful. We saw them drop that one on cache. They've dropped this one now on overpass. And if you drop anti-ecos like that continually, you're not going to win the game. It's just as simple as that.
Absolutely. So Winterfox going to be going back towards their default strategy. APOC lurking towards B, and the rest of the members thinking about taking towards control. They're actually going to back out this time round and going to stack towards the B site. There is Imagine just locking down the unders line, and this is going to be critical because if Complexity are unable to read where they are, Winterfox can really seize B site control very, very rapidly before Complexity can rotate the members across. And you can see Def just jump spotting it. I think he spotted out a couple of members and decides to back off. Wise decision. They've got the Molotovs and smokes to work with to make sure they block off even more information and territory Winterfox can gain. We are heading towards a late round, and Winterfox, the execute begins.
See how it is going to end in 30 seconds. So Complexity, they don't have to hold this one off for too long. Winterfox desperately needing frags early on. The bomb being dropped, that's not too good there for Complexity. Def has a little bit more time to work with now, but he is going to be taken down by Offner, who's pushed him. And it's now 3 versus 3, but I don't think that Complexity can deny this bomb plant. They do have a grenade and a Molotov on Desi, but it's just going to come in a little bit too late. And the bomb will be planted. 2 versus 2 now, though, as Desi is going to push in towards the bomb site. Does take down APOC, and the bomb site control is there for the CTs, but what they really need is to be able to take down these 2 remaining Ts. They don't have too much time to work with.
And they don't know where Imagine is as well. I mean, Imagine is going to be isolated out, but he just charges straight through the Molotov and gets the kill on Desi anyway, and Raz just peeking out from short. That's some good play coming out from Winterfox, especially the entry kills from Offnu. This is where, I guess this is the Winterfox we wanted to see on cache, where all of a sudden, you know, Imagine's starting to get kills. This is Imagine that we haven't seen in a while.
What is this buy from Complexity? They didn't
it's
say
a
the gun.
force. It's because Surreal, I think, was able to take the AWP from the previous round. Oh no, Android was able to take the AWP.
Yeah.
And Surreal was dropped by Android, so Surreal had 3.2k in the previous round.
Yeah.
So that's why the M4 could be forced up. So they're still looking to take it back to Winterfox. They know they're on the double eco regardless.
Right.
They know their economy is completely tanked and reset, so that's why there's a force coming through.
Okay, so Surreal, we'll see what he can do with this M4. It is a somewhat scary prospect for Winterfox, but still, again, another round here where Winterfox should be able to win it. And as you said, because they won that round, they've reset the economy here of Complexity, and they're in with a really, really good chance of actually starting to turn this, or they really already have started to turn this first half into a good first half. But if they can get 7 on the board, then they can really put the pressure on. And Susie going down there, he was just on the lurk on his own, so no trade. And they do drop the Mac 10 over. It's not a big deal for Winterfox, but would have liked to have seen Susie do a little bit more work.
Def now coming towards short, trying to find that headshot angle towards Dirty Water. And Winterfox will come out. They need to check close sandbags, and Emac might be caught off guard. Looks like there was a couple of shots made at him, but Def misses those, and he decides, well, no, let's not chance it. He's going to run back to the site. All Complexity, I believe, are stacked on the B site. They've got an M4 as well to work with. Molotov's now blanketing Water. Android still will push through it, though. APOC punishing him, and rightfully so. This rest of Complexity now stacked. They're just waiting around. Desi will be able to get another kill on towards Opnu. That's with the Mac 10, but APOC coming through, shutting them down. Through the M4,
No
though.
bomb plants.
This force buy might just work out for Complexity once again, but it's EMAG as well as Raz, the two heroes from the previous round. They want to continue their heroics.
Bomb
Now it's
dropped.
off to Raz as EMAG going to be dropped down, and Raz, nothing he can do. Winterfox, drop the anti-eco and give Complexity the lifeline they needed.
Yeah, once again. That's the second time we've seen Winterfox losing to essentially a subpar buy from Complexity. It wasn't really an anti-eco because there was a force buy from Complexity, but a round that Winterfox should have been able to convert, and they should be on 6-1 now. As opposed to that, they've actually had their own economy reset by the looks of things. They're just going to go away with the pistols, maybe a little bit of armor there on EMAG and APOC, but Complexity now, they're in the driver's seat, and they can get this one started to swing back in their favor.
Still early days though. Complexity, 2 rounds. They've been looking good so far, but Winterfox arguably just grinding out the rounds a little bit better. And Android is going to start things on towards APOC, who is trying to get some position at short. Not going to work out for him this round. No damage done towards the members of Complexity, as the rest of Winterfox are going to be crawling their way in towards toilets. The scorelines is just so tight still. I don't believe the scoreline should be 5-2. It just feels like it should be a 4-3 scoreline in the favor of Complexity, judging on how they're playing. But Winterfox able to grind it out towards the end and making it work out in their favor.
Yeah, so Winterfox, I mean, if they could bite back in this round, we can sort of start to forgive them for the last one, the last couple, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case as Complexity. Wow, definitely not going to be the case. Jason R finding 2. The Orpa Surreal finding another one. He's been having a really, really good night. And so is Jason R, but again, it's just Winterfox faltering when they had the advantage, when they had the chance to be able to sort of really put the pressure on Complexity. They've given Complexity another into the game, and now it's Winterfox themselves who are under pressure.
That's a severe misbuy coming out from APOC. He bought up the AK-47 without looking at his teammates' cash, and as a result, you can see the rest of his teammates. I think Zuzi and Raz only had 3.1 and 3.2k. They've just gone body armor as well as Deagles. APOC's the only one that's like fully invested in this. It's kind of like I guess the pig as well as the chicken analogy. One's fully committed to the breakfast, the other one's just, I guess, contributing. APOC is fully
I have honestly never ever heard that
Haven't
analogy.
you heard that?
No.
Really?
No, never.
Oh, maybe it's not an analogy. Maybe it's something else.
Is it something you made up?
No, it's actually something real. It's the pig is fully committed towards the breakfast, but the chicken is only contributing.
I don't understand. Oh, right, okay, I get it.
Now you get it. He gets it now,
what-
but Def, he's getting a little bit more. He's getting kills on the board alongside the rest of his team.
All right, so let me get this straight. It's because the pig's dead already.
Well, he's contributing the bacon.
And you're eating the bacon, right? But
Yes.
the chicken's only giving you eggs, so
Yeah.
it's not dead. Okay, so I get that, right.
So APOC is fully
But I still,
committed.
I've never actually heard that
You
before.
really actually?
No.
Okay. That
no.
is a saying. So.
It does make sense, though.
It's an ancient saying.
Oh.
I think it's an ancient saying.
I don't know.
It's something I picked up somewhere along
Sure, it's
the
not just
lines
an
of
ancient
education.
Karath proverb?
I don't think so. Ancient Karath proverbs don't really make much sense.
Well, that didn't make much sense to me
It
initially.
did.
Well, it does.
It
yeah.
does make sense. It wasn't made up
I
by
will
me.
give you that. I will give you that.
Winterfox,
Anyway.
they drop it.
Yeah, like there wasn't much to really talk about for that round anyway. Like Winterfox didn't do much. They ran into the B site. They all died. Complexity again going to be going up against what is almost a full buy, barring that pistol from APOC, which is unfortunate because he was the one that bought last round, and that's why he's the one with the pistol in this round. EMAG, though, he knows that door just didn't open on its own. The spooky ghosts are waiting outside.
Yeah, you can see EMAG is just on tenterhooks at the moment, but it's open for a great angle for Surreal, but EMAG hasn't really peeked his head across yet. But there's a flashbang, and EMAG, he might be able to get this kill. No, he misses a couple of easy shots. Will decide to back out, though. Not risking his life, not chancing it. He knows that there was an AWP and potentially a support player there as well. And now Winterfox get control of toilets. Complexity doing the hard yard so far to try to regain control of their own half, but it just still feels like if Winterfox can grab a couple of rounds,
Yeah.
they'll win the T half.
Definitely. It's already a pretty decent T half. It needs a little bit more maybe for Winterfox to feel hugely comfortable going into the second half, but they've got enough rounds on the board here that they can play with when they get onto the CT side. So it's not all doom and gloom right now for Winterfox. And like you said, if they can get 2 more, I'd say, that's going to be an excellent first half. 1 more, pretty good.
And Def just playing close toilets. Incendiary grenades just trying to stop them from coming across. But Zuzi and Ofnu opening things up. But Desi staying alive on the site, able to get 2 for himself before being cleaned up. Now it's just, imagine, I think, just lurking around. No, it looks like he's on the site. Gets the bomb plant down. Raz is thinking about pushing towards bank after the smoke fades. He's playing very close, and Jason R with the M4 and 90 HP. He's trying to spam through to find this kill, but Raz has moved away. And I think Complexity will try to save the M4s and AK-47s to the next round. There's really feasibly not any way for them to win this round. Surely Winterfox have got this in the bag.
Now that they've given up so much time, you'd have to think that there's not, but they still seem to be hanging around here in the A-bomb site, and that's not worked out too nicely for them as Jason R does go down. Surely now we see Android X sort of hightailing it out of there.
Yeah, all teams will be hightailing out of there. I think maybe Android just want to do a little bit more damage. Complexity should just barely have enough cash to buy up, but that's the danger. Winterfox play really disciplined so far. I'd like to see them change it up. With this AWP, it's going to be harder to push really quickly in, but I'd like to see Winterfox go, yep, let's not play control this round. Let's just barrel down a position and just shut down Complexity before they can get a good read on what's happening. Because on the rounds where Winterfox are playing control in the anti-eco, Complexity push up one member early on and they gamble correctly and just go, there's no one here. Well, you can just stack the B side. We saw Winterfox lose the anti-eco because all the Complexity after killing Zuzi were on the B side.
Oh, grenade out into water. Not going to do too much.
Buy round from both sides, though.
Yeah.
Complexity, this is it.
Both
sides.
This is their time to sort of start to come back into this one because they can't really allow much more to go over to Winterfox without it becoming too big of a task on the second half.
At the same time, Winterfox, this is their time to seize the opportunity and attack. If they can take this one, they know that Complexity are on the eco once again. They've just played a solid anti-eco, and before you know it, they've cleaned up, 9 rounds on the T half for overpass. They're going to be happy with that going on to their own CT half, and they should be able to shut it off from there.
Yeah.
Still early days, though. They've got to grind out the hard yards. And so far, what Winterfox have shown on overpass that they didn't show on Cache was the ability to grind out these rounds. Yep. Arguably, they didn't have enough on the T side for a full demonstration of executing their defensive side. You could see they were just trying to get the map territory. Never worked out for them. Complexity were on fire, able to shut it down 1, 2, 3.
Well, Complexity not quite on fire in this second map. Desi, though, he's been looking okay. Surreal will take down Raz. Might have been better for Desi there not to fire and give away his position, but of course he wasn't to know Surreal was going to get the kill anyway. Obviously, Offnoop taking use of that information does take down Desi. Did Def hear that player on short?
I don't think so, because APOC gets a headshot, and, well, Winterfox coming back towards the B side. Android has a lot of work to do. He's going to make his way towards graffiti, and, well, he has no work to do whatsoever because his brains are going to be splattered across the graffiti. And it's going to be harder for, I guess, the council to clean that up. Complexity looking to save these rifles. Once again, surely they are not allowed a way in. I don't know why Jason R is actually staying the line. It's just, he's just giving an easy opportunity for Winterfox to grab these weapons off. It's Surreal trying to save his weapon, but you see, Imagine's already on the hunt, sprinting the long way around, going to be walking toilets afterwards. They're going to be pincering him off and not allowing him an exit opportunity.
I don't think that he gets out of here unless he can actually take down a few of those Ts and maybe force them back, but at this point, it's not looking too likely. Zuzi, all he has to do is check this angle, and he does look like he will. He'll go down. Maybe that's actually going to buy him enough time here. Who's running in towards him? It's APOC.
It will buy him enough time, actually.
Yeah, APOC's not going to get there.
I don't think they were expecting him to play close bank. They were expecting him to, come out towards long A. Yeah. You can see that we're like, he's actually not here. And Surreal's just like, I was just where I was the entire time.
Yep. But is that going to be enough, really, for Complexity saving that AWP through to this round?
At least they can try build on it. You see a couple of Desert Eagles picked up, which is a very scary prospect if you're a Winterfox fan. Because Complexity so far have just been getting the picks with the Desert Eagle, just getting crisp headshots. 1, 2, 3. And Winterfox changing things around. They're just going straight towards the B site. Def might push this in. No, it looks like he won't push it. The rest of Winterfox coming through Monster will be able to get control of the B site. And Raz just watching the lurk angle. All Complexity know it's a B side execute. But Winterfox playing this much better this time around.
Good shot by Raz, opening things up pretty nicely on a Def, but not the kill that they would have wanted. They want to get Surreal here. He's the danger man, and he will go down to Imagine. The bomb is well planted very, very early on in the piece here for Winterfox. This one is surely all said and done for Complexity.
Yeah, this is much better. An anti-eco where they just kind of go, hey, let's just go in together, and Zuzi decides to give up his life by trying to contest the wall bang. Jason are able to take him out, so it's a little bit awkward. They lose a player that they probably shouldn't have. Android just chancing with death, trying to take down Raz through the edge of the smoke. All Complexity want to do is just seal off any exit opportunities for Winterfox, but after Imagine was able to get the kill on towards Surreal, Nora's backing out together towards CT. Jason are just dancing around. Imagine's just going to lock down the line. We'll be able to get the kill as well. all of Winterfox should be able to live.
Oof. Easily, though. Easily. Winterfox 8 on the T side. Much, much better than what we saw from them coming out on Cache.
And they can continue this as well. There is a potential to make this into a double-digit half. Not as impressive as Complexity T-side Cache, but Overpass is a much harder map to grind out rounds as a T-side. So to get 8 rounds is really showing Complexity have really cooled off since their Cache game.
Yeah.
Their CT aim not working out for them. And at the same flip side, Winterfox doing so much better on their executes. They're able to get this territory, working together, slowly, I guess, showing some of the glimpses of potential, and the reason why they went toe-to-toe with Immortals.
Yeah.
The CT half, though, is going to be worrying.
And it's not even like it's working out too badly for Winterfox in the grand scheme of things, because now they can even build on this. Like 8 rounds is really, really good, but they can even do better. They could take this through to 11, or unlikely as it is to take it to 11-4. I would say like 9-6, sort of 10-5. That's more realistic here right now for Winterfox. And if they can do that, in my eyes, they've all but won, basically.
Well, aggressive positioning from Complexity towards long A as well as Party. Whereas is going to tag down Jason. Oh, he's going to finish off the job with a P250 as well. Surreal. Well, overstaying his welcome at Party for too long. He gate crashed and Zuzi goes, "You're not welcome here." And he's going to bounce him right out of there. And imagine, this is Winterfox doing what Complexity did. Just headshots across the board, but Complexity is still getting the trades. Now 3-on-2. They know that one is toward toilet, so Winterfox coming back towards the B side. They know at most only one's going to be there, and APOC is spotting him out.
Yeah, still favourable situation here for Winterfox, especially given that information that they've got. APOC just denying Android the chance to really do much here. He has to hold this line, because if APOC pokes out, Android goes down. Bomb being planted by Zuzi. Now, that smoke does allow Android a little bit more room to maneuver, and he can move a little bit closer to the bomb site now, but Winterfox have got that bomb down. They've got their post-plant positions fine, and this should be another round on the board for them, really. Complexity are going to have to pull something out of the hat instead to close this one out.
Well, Raz is already taking down very low. Android unable to get the flick. Raz, 2 kills on the round at APOC, able to get the final one. Winterfox will force Complexity into another anti-eco, and they're looking in a dominant position to actually close out this half in double digits.
Yeah, it's very, very likely right now that they should be able to get to 10 rounds. Though, admittedly, we have seen them drop a couple of anti-ecos so far on Overpass, so it's not like this is a foregone conclusion right now. But Winterfox, if they can get 10, next buy for Complexity, obviously, you know, they may not be able to get 11, but 10 is already enough, really.
Absolutely, and you're going to see Winterfox going to be scattering across, not doing the same strategy they did in their previous anti-eco. They are just scattering out a little bit more, but they're still stacking towards the B site. They're gambling on the fact that Complexity wants to push and gain information. You see Imagine just locking down the unders line. He's going to be under pressure. He's been performing much, much better on Overpass. And he's coming across now. He's going to be challenging. He's going to take the first kill towards Desi, and the rest of Winterfox coming towards B site, cleaning up 1, 2, and 3. Now challenging Imagine, but he's taking down one more, and it's all up to Surreal now.
Oh, the flick from Raz.
Doing the damage.
Doing the damage, but Zuzi getting the kill there. So only one more round left in this half. Winterfox looking very, very good on 10 rounds. But Complexity going to have a full buy here. So at least for Complexity, right, going through to the second half, like unlike what Winterfox had on Cache, Complexity have 1 or 2 rounds which they can lose and still be able to stay in the game. And it wasn't an option really for Winterfox. They just had to win the half out. This time, Complexity in a bit of a better situation, but they are moving over to the T side on Overpass, which one could maybe argue is going to be a little bit more difficult than Winterfox moving over to the T side on Cache. Anyway, we'll see how Complexity go here in this final round. They would desperately want to take it through to 5.
Absolutely, and Winterfox take that dirty water control. There is no one lurking towards A site. Look at this push coming through from the CTs. Complexity have complete control of long A and Def. Oh, he's been spotted out. APOC can't land the headshot, which means, well, Def is just given a little bit of a breather in life space, and Imagine is coming across. What a flick from Jason R to get the dink.
Yeah, I think that might have been like, you know how sometimes when you get scared and like you sort of jump? That almost felt like that's what it was, because he didn't even fire off any more than just the single shot. So, it does work out pretty nicely there for Complexity as well, because Desi and Surreal find a couple. Imagine getting finished off by the grenade, actually. And I think this is going to be around here for Complexity. And as we do see, just APOC left alive on 5 HP. He will be able to take down Android, but Def cleans him up. So, overall, a pretty good round, sort of first half there from Winterfox, 10 on the board. And we'll see how the second half goes in just a second.
Hey Future Pros, We have a flash for you that should aid in pushing through the monster tunnel on Overpass. This flash should leave your teammates unaffected while the CTs should be blind as heck. To do this flash, line yourself up over the tip of this bottle. Aim over the wall slightly and to the right and then throw the flash. That's it. This should make the Rush B Don't Stop strat work way more in your favor. You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh? Ugh.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Welcome back to the second half between Winterfox and Complexity. This time, a bit of a different story in the second map. Winterfox, the ones with the advantage heading into the second half, and a significant advantage indeed. 10-5. Moving on to the CT side. It is really everything that Winterfox probably could have hoped for here, and they need to be able to convert this into a map win.
If APOC actually pushes forward, he might be caught off guard because there are a lot of the members on the side of Complexity now barreling down at him, and he's not even looking at them. Jason R, very easy kill, and Winterfox, a lot of work to do to try to find these headshots to stave off the attack. Often is fallen, but Zuzi, at the very least, able to get another headshot. Imagine just staying alive with a P250, dancing around, needs to get a couple more, finds another pick on towards Surreal, but Android 23 pushing through will be able to get that. So 2-on-2, but Raz is down towards 10 HP, and I don't think there is actually a kit on the site. Zuzi, if he landed that one time, would have been absolutely ridiculous. He spotted out Death's head a little bit more. Raz trying to find this damage, but he knows it's on 10 HP. But Zuzi gets the headshot towards Death. Now Android on a 1-on-2, dancing around, trying to find the 1-on-1s, working in his favor. Raz, he knows he's low, will be able to get that kill. And Zuzi has not progressed any further towards Catwalk. Done a little bit more damage. Zuzi will be reloading and making his way up, but Android ducks across towards short, and you have a feeling that Zuzi has to push for information and the kill.
Yeah, he has to push very, very hard right now. He does have a kit, though, so he can potentially stick this defuse. Looks like he's faked out Android, but Android is going to get the kill, and that means Complexity do pick up the pistol round. A very, very close one. Winterfox, they would have loved that, because they could have just really closed out this this second map, sorry. But that's a bit of another breathing room for Complexity. Another sneak into this one. Winterfox have been giving them a few. They've lost a couple of anti-ecos. And now they've lost that pistol round, which admittedly you can't really fault them for, but...
And Complexity, if they just do what they did on the T side of Cache, just work out the lines, allow Winterfox to come towards them, get the first early couple of picks, it could be over for Winterfox. They've done the hard yards in the T side, but Complexity just seems so dominant with the AK-47s in comparison towards the M4s. Instantly, Zuzi is going to be taken out just like that. And, well, this should be just another standard anti-eco from Winterfox. They didn't really challenge Complexity on their anti-ecos as compared towards Complexity, so Complexity should just be a matter of cleaning things up. But Imagine actually got the kill, but it was actually APOC who cleaned up. Oh, he's going to dart across towards Shortwater, still trying to find more picks. Actually, Offnu finds one on towards Surreal, and APOC still staying alive. Not much longer, though. 2 kills going onto the side of Winterfox, but 4 towards Complexity. Offnu trying to find more kills now with the Desert Eagle. That's all he can hope for.
Yeah, well, looking for one. He's actually hitting it. Wow. A few nice
Sent it
shots.
to Android.
But not enough. Complexity to pick up the round. They take 2 AKs through, so not too bad for Complexity there. Winterfox again, just going to be on the eco here, as you'd expect. Ecoing out those 2 rounds post pistol.
Oh, there is just basic, once again, just basic pistols, not really force buys as you were saying. APOC, I think, was the only one that really invests in these rounds, where he buys maybe armor as well as P250 if he can. Complexity just be looking to clean things up. Raz actually dinks one out immediately. Jason R down towards 28 HP. He's going to be feeling a little bit more sore after that. Off new though. MP7. That's actually the first time in a long time I've seen the MP7 being used. In a while, actually.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
And there's a reason for that, because Imagine just instantly kills him in, well, MP7 given towards Winterfox.
Yeah. But how effective is that really going to be here for Winterfox? Like, Complexity basically all full armor, all head armor. Not a huge deal by the looks of things. APOC though, see what he can do. EMAG takes down Jason. 2 versus 2, though the bomb plant was down very, very early, and that makes the job much easier for Complexity and much more difficult for Winterfox, as APOC now having to push through, take out 2.
Oh, he spotted out Surreal if he can hit the
Oh,
timing
the bomb
on
wasn't
the bomb
planted.
planter.
I thought the bomb was planted.
So he takes down the bomb planter, and he knows where the other one is. He spotted out Desi crossing close, and he knows that there's only one line that Desi could be in. Oh my goodness, APOC, all he has to do is check this. And a clutch going the way of Winterfox.
Yeah, really nicely played there by APOC. I don't know what I was talking about. They must have fake planted the bomb or something, and
They
I just
fake
thought,
planted, but
oh, they got
because,
the bomb down.
No, so what happened is that Surreal had the bomb and was going for the plant, but EMAG charges out towards CT, gets the first kill and forces Surreal to back off.
Right.
Even though they get the trade afterwards, it allows APOC to get in an advanced position with close bank at the APC with the MP7. They cross back towards the site, and Desi does not spot the cross through the edge of the smoke. And APOC spots him out and realizes he's got to be close toilets or close here. He's just making sure the lines are clear. Just spraying a little bit just to make Desi think, oh yeah, he doesn't know where I am. I'm just going to play sneaky beaky here. And APOC goes, mate, you're not being
G'day,
sneaky.
mate.
I know exactly where you are. And an anti-eco win. And that also gives Winterfox so much money.
Yeah.
Complexity will force up, and they're going to charge straight towards the B side, but the short water control has been nullified from them. APOC's going to get one, continuing that good form. Knows where Desi is pushing forward, trying to get more. They're lining up for him. He only does more damage. Jason actually gained that entry kill towards Offnu as well. EMAG now stuck towards water, the only
big
original
grenades.
holder of the B site. And he needs to be cautious because he's very, very low, trying to sneak his way forward. Swatting at Surreal, but won't be able to flick on. And Surreal actually transferring the Tech 9 on towards 2.
Wow.
Winterfox dropping an anti-eco immediately after picking one up. Complexity.
It's been really messy for Winterfox on those anti-ecos. On Cache, now that's 3 here on Overpass that they've lost. That wasn't really an anti-eco. It was sort of it was a buy really from Complexity. Let's give him that.
It was a forced buy, but at the same time, just giving up so much territory, just collapsing underneath Tech 9s is not good enough for Winterfox. Especially, they knew that they should have taken that one, forced another eco.
Yep.
And they should have been up 13-7. Now it's 11-8. They're back on the double eco. Complexity know this, and they're just going to hammer in the hurts. Coming straight back towards the base up
Wow.
match. He's been doing so much work with the pistol. 1-for-1 this time only, though. And while Complexity will be able to clean the rest of them up, Imagine's having such a good game now on Overpass. This is a complete turnaround from the previous Overpass game that we saw him play.
Yep.
He was like 5 kills in about 30 rounds. Now he's sitting, I believe, comfortably at 19 kills.
Rightio. Well, sitting pretty. But as you said, Eco, APOC. No, he's just getting his money in line. I thought he was going to invest a little bit more there, but he's okay.
That's a lot better.
Winterfox have a little bit of money to play with here in this round. The UMP, bit of armor, some utilities. It's not much, but it's something to give them, maybe 2-3% more chance of being able to win this round.
Yeah, and just try to do some damage. Maybe get a couple of AK-47s, and then try to roll their advantage forward from there. Complexity going towards A site this time around. Going to be testing out the waters. Going to be sussing out how dirty toilets actually is, if it's been cleaned regularly or not. Well, it's a good question. Do you think those toilets are cleaned regularly or not?
Well, if there's terrorists running around, probably not. Would you go clean those toilets?
Probably not, actually. No.
There's a lot of graffiti on them too, but there's graffiti on all toilets.
There's a lot of graffiti in Overpass just in general. It's meant to be a tourist site. I can understand that. Maybe even a birthday party site. I think there is, because there's a sign saying, you are here.
Oh yeah. What is
there
that?
it is. I think you'd be able to read that a little bit better than me, Jordan.
I can't really read it very well right now because that guy's jumping around too much.
It's German, I think.
Yeah, I think it said Schöne, which is nice. Something nice. Park nice or something like that.
Nice park.
Something like that.
Well, Apox actually on the work, but Complexity now coming towards the A site. Gonna be testing out exactly how nice the A site hold's gonna be, and Emag and Zuzi gonna be able to get maybe just one between the two of them. Not anymore though, and Afternoon just coming in through the edge of the smoke. It's not gonna work out, and well, Apox trying to lurk around the other side. Didn't catch anyone off guard, so Complexity taking 4 AK-47s. Winterfox, they've dropped the ball a little bit. They need to take this one now.
They do, because really, have a look at that economy for Complexity. Like, even if they do take this one, they're going to have a lot of trouble ahead of them because the T economy has just built up so rapidly, and Winterfox are so low on money. Like, it's not even going to be too bad of a situation here if Complexity do lose, because then they've got an opportunity to reset Winterfox once more. They can get more rounds on the board, and we probably find ourselves at something like 13-12, the way of Complexity, after everything's all done. And well, Complexity just really storming home here on the T side, but just as of yet, not being able to overtake Winterfox, and that's the crucial takeaway here for Winterfox, is that they still have that one-round advantage. They've still got a bit to play with, and they still need to close out this one so that they can get at least that 1-1 result.
Winterfox stacking towards the A site. They're going to be gambling a little bit more. That Complexity want to come towards toilets, want to come towards long A. You got Raz at party. You have 2 riflers towards long A. That's going to be Zuzi and Ofnu, but only Apoc to try to anchor this off. And Raz going to miss the first orb shot, means that Def gets a very easy pick. And Ofnu now trying to push, makes a lot of noise. And Jason is able to get the kill with Zuzi at least. Once again, alongside with Imagine, trying to tie it up a piece, but they're just going to go straight towards B side instead.
Yeah, and there's no one covering that B site for Winterfox right now. Emag, I guess one could argue probably close, but Desi says nope and takes him down. So that's another kill here for Complexity. Another player advantage. Apoc pushing through that Molotov.
He's got good position though, so Complexity may have heard maybe 1 damage tick, so they know that 1 is there, but he's just snuck up. Complexity don't know this.
And Apoc knows Surreal is there as well. He would have heard that orb tick, but not able to convert the kill, and Surreal taking him down. This should be going back to 11-11. Although, Zuzi, he's still alive. Not for much longer, though. Surreal, very nice round from him in that post plant.
Yeah, and Complexity have tied it up a piece, and Winterfox taking a 10-5 lead from their T half, winning the pistol. And just, oh no, nearly winning the pistol. But they've just dropped everything afterwards ever since. So only winning that 1 anti-eco off the back of Apoc as well as Imagine. It's not looking good for them now. Back on towards an eco. Complexity, momentum back in their train. Looking to steamroll and take down Winterfox 2-0.
Could be.
Early unders control coming out from Desi once again. Rest of Complexity. Just playing anti-eco default this time around, not charging in. A lot of the time before, we saw Complexity kind of just move aggressively forward, and Zuzi drops down. He was trying to just peer over the edge of the smoke. It's not going to work out because Desi does spot him out. Gets a very easy kill, but he's down towards 34 HP. Raz also gets tagged by 1 stray bullet as Jason now coming towards unders. There's also Apoc and Imagine. Apoc making a little bit of a noise, which means that, no, actually, Apoc with the MP9 getting the kill. Won't be able to exit, though. Dev shuts him down and goes, you can close the door on your way out as well, mate. Thanks for that. Imagine, though, pushing all the way close unders. Might be able to get a sneaky kill. He's got so much map control right now by himself. If he peeks the right direction, might be able to get 2 at the close range with the P250. But Complexity, moving the bomb back towards the B site. Imagine might be able to catch them off guard right now if he pushes through unders. He may just be able to. With this crossfire from Raz, they might be able to take 2 guns and at the very least force it towards the 3-on-2. Especially Surreal. He's charging straight forward. Imagine's found himself an AK-47. He's taken out the AWP and he just backs straight out.
Needs to get this kill here onto Def as well if Winterfox have a chance to win this round, and he will be able to do that. So now, Winterfox in with a real chance, though the bomb will go down for Complexity pretty early on in the piece. Android getting very far forward. A nice post plant for him. He might be able to catch someone off guard there. And 2 of those Winterfox players coming from short here. Raz with the AWP. That's what you want to see. But no armor on him, no armor on Ofnu. This should be an easy kill for Android. And that's going to give him some really nice map control up towards the sniper's nest. Molotov coming in. Nope. It's just the flashbang. Android does get the kill. Not enough though as Raz. There for the trade. The bomb defuser is going to come across here for Winterfox. So, again, backwards and forwards we go.
Big rounds coming out. That was a round once again. Imagine and Raz. Imagine just able to get in those positions. Now able to get the kills. This is something, once again, I have to emphasize that we haven't seen Winterfox do. The rest of them now have to capitalize on this and win the buy round. They cannot drop another buy round. You can't just go, all right, let's just win the anti-ecos and just lose our buy rounds immediately afterwards. Complexity is just going to roll you over and over again. They're just going to give a lot of respect towards Imagine and just go, all right, let's just avoid unders, let's avoid B site, just keep hitting A.
Well, looks like they're actually going towards the B-bomb site here, but perhaps a little bit slowly. They've got an AWP in the hands of Surreal there, so they're going to just have a peek down Monster and see if they can see anything. As of yet, though, not having spotted much out. Def contesting water, but only just having a look in. I wouldn't even really say contesting. He's just looking.
Yeah, and imagine if he times this incorrectly, does well to spot out the information, so he's going to back out. But Def is very, very fast up short. But what an HE grenade, tagging Jason R down to 47 and Def with 62, but they still get the first opening pick on towards Opnu. Imagine caught in the middle of nowhere, means he'll go down, but A-Bucket Barrels gets 3 kills on his own, whips out the USB. Might not even be needed because Zuzi does actually get the 1-for-1, and Zuzi gets 2 as well on that round. A much better hold coming out from Winterfox. Complexity, unable to trade out the Barrels player quickly enough. Means that Winterfox, they should have been here at 13-7 in my opinion, but at the very least they're up ahead again. And Complexity dropping for their teammates, but this is their final buy potentially. Complexity, they need to take this one.
Yeah, it really came down to that jump peak, I think, for me, man. Getting the information so early allowed the A players to rotate down to B very quickly. That's why we saw so many kills coming over from the window area, and just so much pressure on Complexity. Even though they got in, they got the entries, Winterfox able to trade it out quite easily. And as you said, now Complexity, this is a real important round for them. They are in danger of actually losing control here, or even losing that little thread that they're hanging on to in this map.
Well, Winterfox, they need to make sure that the nail is about halfway driven in. They just got to keep hammering it in right now to take this map victory. It's not over yet because Complexity, at any time, if you give them just a little bit of respect, a little bit of leeway, they can instantly seize it, get a couple of headshots, and turn the tide of battle.
Yep.
And well, it looks like B site's going to be the call of plan of attack once again.
Didn't work for them last time.
Oh my goodness, what an entry kill coming up from Android, and EMAG won't be able to hold off this time, only gets a 1, and Desi coming in from short, able to take him out. There's so much position gained from Complexity. Offnu playing from heaven, he's going to be smoked off, does not know where the bomb planter is, and Zuzi has no idea that one has made his way towards Graffiti. Def does manage to get the bomb plant down. Offnu finds him through the edge of the smoke, traces him out, but Desi hiding at Graffiti. Zuzi, I think, has some idea this is happening.
It's a good post plan for
through the
Complexity.
same way, and Desi gets one. Going to be mollied off, trying to find the timing on towards Raz. Not going to work out this time round. 2-on-2. Raz pushing fast up catwalk. And, well, Android getting another headshot and cleaning up. That's just too sharp, and that is the danger that you need to respect Complexity for. Android, at any time, he's now hitting 30 kills.
Yep. Really pulling Complexity through at the moment. Desi doing a pretty good job as well. But Winterfox this time, they are going to be back on the eco. They've got a couple of players that maybe could have afforded to buy, but one or two of them just a little bit too low there. So it will be the eco. It will be 13-13 after this, one would think. Complexity, though, they know the dangers of anti-ecos. Whether or not Winterfox is going to be able to take advantage of some of these pistols that they've decided to buy is still remaining to be seen. Generally speaking, it's been Complexity that's been a little bit better with those pistols, with the ecos, than what Winterfox has been.
At the same time, Winterfox have been able to take 2 anti-ecos in this half, so it's not over by a long shot. Complexity, if they drop a couple of silly weapons, lose control of the bomb, and give an AK-47 towards a danger player on the side of Winterfox, well, it could just spell disaster, and once again, Winterfox would be back in the lead, and Braz just spotting out for information right now. He's playing it safe, doesn't want to be risking it, using one of the few smoke grenades in the hands of Winterfox to just block off some vision. Complexity, still a lot of time to work with, they're not going to be too phased about it.
Particularly, they've gained map control as well. They've got control of bathrooms. They've got control of the underpass. Now Winterfox is getting a little bit restless. You can see them pushing up long, pushing up towards bathrooms as well, and it's going to just feed some kills over to Complexity, making the round really, really easy here for them. No worries at all. They don't even lose a single player just yet. It's all down to Raz, though. You're going to get one, and no, you won't. They didn't even lose any. They didn't lose any HP.
Yeah,
that's a perfect round for Complexity.
Oh, this money for Winterfox is not looking good.
Nope. Do they double eco?
Do they have the luxury to double eco? That's the real question.
Well, 14 rounds.
They could buy an AWP in the hands of Raz, so they are going to force up. UMPs in their hands, Complexity. I think they may suspect that there's a force buy if they've read the situation correctly. If they go in together, might be just able to do some damage. Raz needs to be able to hit this AWP shot on towards Desi. This is critical.
He kind of just pre-fired that, but didn't get a whole lot done, and he takes 53 damage from that grenade for his troubles. Winterfox, it's not an excellent start, though they get a little bit of information, I suppose, that there is someone in the underpass.
Well, Raz is completely backed off, and he's going to be lit
As he
quite
should.
heavily, so... Otherwise, Complexity very, very quick long A control this time around. Just taking Toilers through the sideway around. And, well, Zuzi might be in trouble if there's a flashbang coming at him. Molotow's also coming through to make sure Complexity are safe and sound as they push slowly in. Depth. Dancing with Depth right now. If he only knew that Zuzi was there. And Zuzi, oh my goodness.
Zuzi, if he gets the timing right here.
Oh
And he
my
has got it
goodness.
right.
He's going to be lurking right behind them. He's going to be spotting out all of them. He's coming straight behind them. Complexity barreling on towards the B side, but haven't spotted out Zuzi. He's going to take that Surreal, but Jason R and Desi getting the first entry kills. Emag, he could go huge right now. He gets 2. Complexity caught with their guns, not out.
I don't know
Imagine
what they were
dancing around. He's already done his job because now it's a 2-on-2. After they relinquish the B side, Zuzi hasn't changed weapons just yet, though, which means Complexity got the bomb plant down, still a chance. AK now being switched out. Raz with the AWP. Zuzi wide peeking, takes down Def. All to Android, who's been legged down. 19 HP. Now dancing around trying to find the one-on-ones. He will be able to take down Zuzi. Raz with a pistol. No! He switches towards a rifle and gets caught out. Android with a 1-on-2.
Wow.
What a round coming out from both sides. Complexity, though, coming out on top, and this may just be it for Winterfox.
That is really a big nail in the coffin for Winterfox. Maybe it's not the coffin just yet, but it certainly looks like it is, because this is an eco for Winterfox. It's going to allow Complexity through to 15 rounds. They secure at least overtime, if not more. And that was a round that Winterfox really could have won.
Absolutely. It came so close. You know, you had so many members of Winterfox trying to equalize the situation, but unfortunately could not. And so close because Android was tagged down to 19, but good job from Android. Once again, the danger player for Complexity, able to clutch out another round. Now the execute on the B side commences. Is that the real ESL pro tips? A flashbang that we're coming out, that's coming out from Complexity. Allows them to get up Monster and rush into the B side.
Yeah, Android 2 very easy entries there. Onto the B side. Raz not going to get much done, nor is really anyone else on Winterfox by the looks of things, because Apoc's watching water, which maybe he can get an exit frag here. Jason, though, does take down Zuzi, and you'd have to think Complexity probably exit towards the A site now, given that they know it's free.
Well, if Apoc can find himself a rifle, it'd be, you know, a bit of consolidation, but otherwise Complexity now match point. They've completely turned this match over on its head. They're looking to close it out 2-0 tonight. Winterfox, they're desperately going to try and struggle to keep their hopes alive to bring it into overtime.
Yeah, but they need to get 2 rounds on the board, and Complexity have more than enough money to buy into the next round if they do lose this one. So 2 full buys that they're going to have to go up against. And Winterfox, like, there have been so many times in this map where they've had a round, they've had an anti-eco, or they had a 2v1 or an X situation where they probably on paper should have won that, and Complexity are able to pull it away. And that's been the difference between the 2 teams. Just that little bit extra that Complexity have got, it seems, is enough to deal with Winterfox.
Well, there is a B stack this time from Winterfox, but Complexity, I don't think they want to be testing out the B site this round. Judging by how their numbers are maneuvering around, they may want to take A site control. Okay, no, they've just gone out towards Playground. They had a bit of a swing around, relived their childhood before they go back towards B site, because so far B site's really been working for them quite well. It's just, well, Winterfox this time, they're trying to bank at the fact that Complexity will be coming to them. They've stacked here. Ofnu's been boosted up on top of, I believe, Imagine's head. But if Desi peeks out at unders at the right time and trains his crosshair, he might be able to find a very easy headshot.
So yeah, he's just holding in that unders, and it does look like the boost has been cancelled by Winterfox.
Oh my goodness, Desi just destroys Uzi.
Through the wall, and that's the icing on the cake really for Complexity. Now all they need to do is just get into this bomb site. They've already got that player advantage. They need to trade it out, but the bomb has been dropped, and Winterfox now, they may have an easier time of holding things. Offnu and Apoc getting one apiece. The flashbang out there as well from Emag allows Offnu to find one. Surreal with a nice jump around the corner does take down one, but now Android X, he's gonna have to clutch out another 2 versus 1.
Well, if there's ever a man that you want to be clutching the situation out, it'd be this man himself, as you can see him slowly working across through the edge of the smoke. I think Raz has sussed this out, but Raz will be able to get the headshot. Winterfox, we're going on to the final round once again. These 2 teams just not being giving up until the very end. Winterfox do have to force up a UMP. Complete buy coming out from Complexity. Bit of a misplay coming out from Complexity, in my opinion. Able to get the first pick, and they're just going 1 by 1.
Yeah.
Basic errors of Counter-Strike.
Through smoke as well.
Basic errors. You can't go out 1 by 1. If you charge it all together, do it on the back of a flashbang. Don't give Winterfox the opportunity of the luck or the luxury,
yeah,
of just shooting you. because that's just what happened.
Yep, not very good for Complexity there, but they still at least have a chance here to be able to close it out 16-14. And wouldn't hurt them too much if they were able to do that. But if they allow this one to go through to the overtime, Winterfox again going to be in with a sniff. Are they going to be able to capitalize on it? Are they even going to win this round? That's really the important question right now for Winterfox. They have to take it one round at a time. They can't be thinking about overtime just yet because they haven't even secured that. Complexity this time deciding not to go towards the B-bomb side, at least not initially.
This is such an intense round. You can see that they're opting to go back and try to take control together. And Winterfox as well. Not trying to give up any opportunities this time. Going to be playing 3 towards the B site, 2 towards A, playing safe, using their smoke grenades early, using their incendiary grenades early, not trying to give an opportunity towards Surreal's AWP or towards any of the AKs on the side of Complexity. Flash is now coming through, and Surreal is actually to take down Raz.
They only have one more player here to deal with on the A-bomb site. That's Zeusy. He's not even on the A site. But if they can get rid of him, the A site's essentially free, though. APOC will take one. Android trading it back. It's 4 versus 3. Offnu towards the A site. What's he going to be able to do? He needs to hold off. He needs to find another one here, and he won't. Android will take him down. 3 versus 2 now in the favor of Complexity. And the trouble for Winterfox is APOC's a one-shot pretty much to any of these guys.
And the HE grenade as well in the hands of Android. If he throws it in the right position, might be able to do a lot of damage. All have to imagine now, on 1-on-3, he's got the A4, but that's it. Complexity have the better post plant. There is the kit. He's got no grenades to work with. He's waiting for the smoke to fade before he pushes out. But he has to find all the one-on-ones correctly. There's one on towards Desi. Now dancing across, trying to find Surreal on the site. But Surreal, he's danced around this perfectly. And he's going to get the Tech 9 kill. Complexity at the very end, taking a 16-14 victory. Yep. That's devastating for Winterfox.
Imagine was playing so well there on Overpass, but so well is maybe not good enough to deal with the 3 versus 1 post-plant situation there for Complexity. And the 2-0 for Complexity comes out. As you've said, it's been a really good performance from them tonight up against Winterfox. Yeah, that was very, very close. But the first map, a huge deficit for Winterfox, and they didn't even really come back into it when they started getting some rounds on the board. So overall, a very successful night for Complexity. Their first 2-0 of this season. I mean, they haven't had a 2-0 really. They've only got 1 round. So this is just miles better than what they've been doing throughout the entire season. And to be able to pull out the 2-0 right now when it really matters, excellent stuff.
I think ultimately what cost Winterfox a lot is just their CT side hold. We saw that not only on Cage, but now on Overpass as well. Overpass is meant to be that CT bias map. It's meant to be an easier job for the defensive team to hold on towards. And I think there were a bit of signs early on from Complexity on Cage where maybe their CT side would be a little bit weak on Overpass. They dropped a couple of rounds, and Winterfox looked a lot better on the T side than they ever did on the CT side. Same for Complexity. It looked a lot better on the T side than it did on the CT side. And I think that's probably why both teams are more closer towards the bottom of the league as opposed to the top.
Yeah.
Just simply because their CT holds are not good enough compared to the other teams.
Yeah, definitely not. But let's have a look here and see how things have gone throughout the day. For us and for the other stream, 16-6 to Complexity and then 16-14 to Complexity. Both of our matches are now done. And over the other side, NRG was able to close out the win over CLG, but the second map's still going in the favor of NRG slightly. But doesn't necessarily mean it's over just yet.
Still Optic as well as Rush later on. If Rush can, maybe take a 1-1 against Optic, who have lost. I think Hiko was filling in for them. He's not filling in anymore, so I'm not sure who their 5th is.
Yeah.
If they're able to consolidate,
I think it was Freakazoid. I saw on Twitter.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not 100% sure. Don't take that for gospel. Could have been just something that I missed. But definitely looking like an interesting matchup to go over there. We'll see how it goes. Having a look at tomorrow, though, there's not going to be a B stream, so no us, sadly. Maybe gladly for a lot of people, we'll see. But on the main stream, it is going to be CLG and Liquid, and then Cloud9 and Complexity. I think CLG Liquid could be a relatively close one, but Cloud9 Complexity is, I would say, fairly comfortable there for Cloud9.
Yeah, even if they're using a sub for Cloud9, should be a comfortable shot out. They're not versing, maybe a middle tier team or a top tier team. They're versing one of the teams which, are struggling against another lower tier team.
Definitely. And
mainly just based on their CT hold. It's just their CT holds are not good enough.
Yeah, and even there for both of those teams, they were losing a couple of anti-ecos, probably more than you can excuse. You could say, okay, 1 anti-eco, you lose that, fair enough. But if you lose 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 4 spies, or against 4 spies, you really need to be locking those rounds down. And that's, again, something that we didn't really see coming out from both of these teams tonight.
Yeah, it was endemic. Both of them were dropping anti-ecos left, right, and center. So not really much that you can do there. Otherwise, they just need to tighten up their play. I guess in terms of their T side, you can see they had better control of the map. On the CT side, it just felt to me they were stumbling around, trying to gather control, but not understanding how to.
Yeah, and definitely Surreal and Uber looked pretty decent tonight. Surreal, particularly on cache. Android looking pretty... Sorry, I meant Android. Android looking a lot better there on Overpass. I think that, you know, there's some takeaways at least there for Complexity. Some of their players are stepping up, getting some frags, and that's good to see. Android has always been the one that we've really looked at here to be stepping up.
I think Android went huge on both maps. So.
Yeah, but good to see Surreal as well, sort of getting in there with the AWP.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also a big shout out towards Jason R as well. I mean, it's very difficult on your sub, first time you're coming in towards a team to try to perform well. In case, you know, I think he exceeded our expectations. I was expecting him, you know, to put in work, but not like, you know, dropping 19 kills in the first half, which is absolutely insane, especially giving Complexity the lead they needed in the earlier stages of the match.
Yeah, definitely. And it's been a good night here for Complexity tonight, getting the 2-0 over Winterfox. That is going to mark the end of our broadcast, though. We don't have another match coming up. You can, of course, jump over to the mainstream. They've still got 2.5 maps to go. But until next time, we're going to have to say goodnight. Have a good one.